Still over an hour and a half away from Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Of course, in New York, people have been in line, believe it or not, 3.5 hours before tip. 8:30, 8:40 really Eastern time is when this Game 3 of the NBA Finals will begin. The Knicks up 2-0 and hosting the Spurs tonight. The Knicks have won 13 straight. Their last loss was over a month and a half ago. 3 WNBA games tonight. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final is Tuesday. The LA Kings' new head coach will be Peter Laviolette, who was fired by the New York Rangers over a year ago. A judge in Texas gave Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby an injunction to play this season. He had been ineligible after gambling. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett reported for the start of mandatory minicamp. He wants a new contract. The Chiefs are signing defensive back L'Jarius Sneed. Alabama and Oklahoma qualified for the College World Series today. I'm Steve DeSager.
Elijah, put the camera on me.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. With that password, guess what? You now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours. Not 2,
Not 3, not 4,
not 3,
not 5,
not 4, not 5,
not 6.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83, and, of course, now live on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Thank you, Bill.
Do it.
Say my name,
Rob Parker.
Say his name,
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Aaron Maller.
Ben Maller.
Wrong Maller.
That's
on your
right.
boy. That's on your boy. Wrong Maller. My
At
bad.
least when people are still awake.
It's the
Sorry
only
about
way.
that,
What else
Ben.
would it count?
Well, because, the people are, the TV's on, the radio.
I guess that is a good point. If you fall asleep with it on,
Yeah,
you
I
never know.
guess. All right, write it down. Committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen who can't figure out letters and numbers, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line when you do call, and it's your own fault, it means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here, I have a problem with what we say, tough, because
Station.
with that said, always remember.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Sweet beady. Yeah.
All right, let's
Do it.
go. Big show. Let me
yeah.
welcome in my co-host. He is
Kelvin Washington. Magic City Monday, Game 3, NBA Finals, MSG. It's lit. Everybody's going to be there, including your president. It's going to be, we got a lot to get to, man. We got some big breaking news and stories in college football.
Wait till you find out who I'm blaming on this.
Oh, on the college football? Oh.
It ain't what you think.
That's a tease right there.
It ain't
you
what
got
you
somebody
think.
gonna stick around till we do.
You better
get to that.
stick around for this.
For sure. But everything good, man. Weekend
Our
was great. How are you?
TSL is big. Rob G, you know what that means? TSL?
Yeah. He said time spent listening. He knew.
Okay.
I was
just want to
scared.
make
But-
sure.
but
Mary,
even with
did
you,
know
I'm
what that-
nervous.
Did you know what that
I'm scared of something you're gonna do this.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Mary, did you know what that meant?
Nah.
Okay. Elijah, you know what that meant, of course. Steve DeSager's a radio vet, TSL. I used to have high TSL in Detroit.
Stop.
It's just see.
Okay.
We just know you, and we're just worried that you don't mean time spent listening.
No, that's what I meant. All right.
Something else.
No,
with you.
definitely. All right, I should say.
Why we ain't doing this show, Rob G?
How are
You gotta
you?
step your game up, man. Why we can't do the show from MSG?
Yeah, okay. We can't even get in there. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, good point. Why we can't do the show from New Jersey?
Yeah, we can't even get in there.
Philadelphia.
Okay, Rob G, can you turn the channel? I don't want to see every fan in the stand.
Why you yelling at him?
I just, like, they got a 3-hour. The game starts at 8:30 Eastern. And they got a thing, and it just keeps showing, like, wacky
The fans. Yeah, you don't want an orange fur jacket?
No, especially since we can't hear the sound. I don't want to see it.
All right, let's turn it up.
Can we? No, turn it up.
That's what you're saying.
I know. All right.
And it's Draymond in your face? You got to love this.
All right, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, and you can watch us live on YouTube right now. Just search Odd Couple, FSR on YouTube. Again, hit that subscribe button.
Hit it.
Check us out, YouTube. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. All right, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew because we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer.
Oh, you know who's in if you hear that. Instead of Bud Mexican.
Wow, okay.
By the way, Rob G just told me in my ear he's about to put the pregame on all the TVs.
Yeah, turn the channel. Steve DeSager is at the anchor desk.
Hey, Steve.
He'll keep us updated throughout the program. Elijah is our social media guru, one of the best in the business.
Never heard of him. He is, by the way. Shout out to Elijah.
No doubt. And on the ones and twos,
why you bugging? Huh.
There you go. All right, yep. Game 3, enough with the fans and the crowd and the, what do they call them?
Why are you so mad
The
at this?
barricades.
I don't understand.
It's just like, because it's like overdone.
Don't
you know what?
What time do you get to the ballpark for a baseball game? Rob G, he be there at noon. The game started at 7 o'clock. You want all the pumping stands and shake hands and eat your free ice cream?
I don't want the camera on me and showing me food and everybody in some ridiculous outfit.
Rob Parker,
I don't want to see that.
Rob Parker, do you follow Rob Parker? At the ballpark, 3 hot dogs.
No.
At the ballpark with me and this friend and this friend. At the ball, what a view!
You want to go? You want to look on my Instagram from yesterday? I was at the ballpark.
Let me see.
Go look.
Where's my phone at?
Now, one shot.
Then who stole your phone?
There's a time and a place for everything. All right.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Rob G, big happenings at Madison Square Garden.
That's to say the least. As you all know, it's been reported now for about a week, and it's been confirmed a couple of days ago over the weekend. President Donald Trump will be in attendance at MSG here for tonight's Game 3. And as a result, Madison Square Garden staffing has said that fans are now being asked to get to the game at least 2 hours early. Even that wasn't enough for some people. They were required to provide a ticket to get past various checkpoints. So one ticket does not guarantee access to the next checkpoint, so on and so forth. And they got to go through TSA-type security. That goes for everybody, fans, media, including Victor Wembanyama. There's a good photo of him online getting wanded down like he didn't sneak anything in that 8-foot frame.
Would it take 3 people to do it?
Exactly. And everybody's upset about it.
I couldn't tell if that was a wand or his arm. I'm just saying.
Everybody's upset about it, including De'Aaron Fox. Take a listen.
It's New York, so regardless of who's here, like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be loud, it's gonna be, rowdy. I think the president being here just makes it inconvenient on everybody else. Like, we got obviously more security. We got like send stuff early. I think our buses are a little earlier, so that's that. Other than that, when you come here and you play against this team, regardless of like if they're good or when they're not, like it's gonna be a building that comes ready to support the team.
So the Secret Service took the lid off my chapstick. Are you guys having to go through the same thing that everybody else is?
The less stuff you can bring, the better. Obviously, we're getting screened like it's TSA. It's little inconvenient for the people that's got to play, but it is what it is.
Are they playing at Madison Square Garden or flying to Egypt? I mean, which one is it? This is where we are in America right now. But anyway, so the big happenings, Game 3, Knicks up 2-0, looking to put their foot, snap the necks of the Spurs. And I'm not going to blame this Madison Square Garden fiasco on President Donald Trump. Did you hear me?
Why aren't you, Rob? Thank you, Rob. Why not?
There's only one person to blame this on.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I think I know who it is.
It's James Dolan.
Yeah, I knew you were.
It's James Dolan. He's to blame. He had been away from the team, Kelvin, with the spear, getting that done. All of a sudden, the Knicks got righted, right? He had been out of the picture. You hadn't heard anything from him. Now the biggest night in New York since Frank Sinatra sang New York, New York.
Not Jay-Z and Alicia Keys?
I'm going even further back. And the night is going to be ruined. And not just inside the building or the game, the pregame. No watch party outside, no fans. You can't get within a 3-block radius of Madison Square Garden because James Dolan decides that his buddy, Donald Trump, needs to come to an NBA Finals game with this magnitude. Here's New York about to explode, right? Hasn't had a Finals game since 1999. Hadn't won a championship since 1973. And instead, you dampen the mood by having the most unpopular president in the history of the United States show up. Like seriously, it's such a buzzkill. It's such a killjoy. It's a wet blanket being thrown over New York Knicks fans. It really, really is. And God forbid the Knicks don't, if they lose this game and lose the series or somehow, it will be the Trump curse. It will be. Why? Why here and now? Why? It would be one thing if, I don't know, it was game 6 or down the road, like they've played a couple games. But here's the crescendo after winning the 2 games in the Spurs. This is the big moment. They come home. It's the first time the fans have a chance to really let the Knicks hear it, be there, the crowd, whatever, everybody. And guess what? James Dolan inflates the prices of the tickets so that the fans can't go. Tickets going for $10,000 at the top of MSG. The audacity to auction off 2 Celebrity Row tickets for $1 million. Do you know how many people in homeless shelters and soup kitchens that the Knicks could help with $1 million rather than taking it in for 2 tickets to a 2-hour and 10-minute basketball game? I mean, come on. James Dolan. You couldn't help yourself. You did it. You wanted to ruin the biggest night in New York Knicks basketball history in generations, and you did it with this stunt.
I mean, you hit on a lot of stuff. The fact of the matter is, it's a such thing as chemistry, a such thing as flow. It's a such thing as, if you want to call it mojo, if you want to call it just a good vibe going, and all of a sudden you can have a chance to ruin that. And this is what I don't like. More than anything, New York, as you know, is full of bus drivers, garbage men. You got lawyers. You've got street food cart workers. Point is, it's a bunch of just different types of people who are all coming together. And all the people I know in New York are going to say, man, I haven't seen this much unity in so long. Haven't seen this much, camaraderie in so long. And a part of that is, too, hey, we all can't afford to get an MSG, but what we can do is have these little watch parties outside of MSG, around the corner. You got people projecting them on the walls in neighborhoods. And to have those things blocked off, to have those things canceled, to have folks can't go here, can't go there, to have the team lose their flow, what they've been doing, their normal routines, got to get up earlier, got to go here early, got to get checked. You just heard De'Aaron Fox. Can't bring these things to the game. Can't bring that. Why would you do that now when things have been going so well? To me, and this is also considering, you mentioned something. President Trump, this isn't even a political statement. In both administrations, one thing President Trump does is make it about President Trump, right? We know that. That's a fact.
It should be about the Knicks and New York City.
If he is a fan of the Knicks, you would think he'd say, let me lay back. Not even if he was the most popular, because maybe it turns into it's going to be about me.
But there's going to be bulls in the building is what I'm saying.
If they show him on the screen, the minute the camera goes, it's going to be the deepest, loudest.
He's from New York and people hate
Queens, him. And people don't. Exactly. So to me, I just think, and not to mention, the city is enjoying Mamdani right now. There's vibes are high. The Knicks are great. It just seems like a bad time to do this. And if anything, if I were going to do, this is the time, and we've mentioned it, I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again, that you bring out before everybody's getting lined up. We do the national anthem. We're getting ready to sing. And this is when you come out of your James Dolan on the mic and say, hey, yes, you're going to boo you, but you say, look, it's been some tough times. I've made some tough decisions. You all have been riding with us, and I want to do something to right this thing. He's apologized. I've apologized. Please welcome out Charles Oakley. That's the move you were supposed to do today in Game 3. Of course. We talked about this last week. That would unify and really take a team that's riding on a high and explode it and take it through the roof. So to me, it's a missed opportunity there. And more than anything, I just think it's hijacking the story from your team that is playing great. The story is going to be about President Trump. If they lose, instead of just, hey, we missed some shot, it's going to be about President Trump.
It's about his bad luck.
If they win and people interview him, he's going to say, maybe they need to bring me more often. I might be the good luck charm for the Knicks. And to me, I just want this to be about the current Knicks who are playing hard, who are all about the town, all about the city, and I don't want to ruin any of that. And there's a chance you may, and if nothing else, at minimum, you've just inconvenienced the city, the fans, and the players to me.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. All right, who are you blaming on this? Who deserves more blame? Is it President Donald Trump or is it Knicks owner James Dolan? We want to hear from you, 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on this Magic City Monday, and you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Unless you have Knicks and 4 in the US of A.
Hey, let me tell you about Kalshi, which, by the way, as I'm breaking it down, we were just obviously talking about President Trump. There's a bunch of stuff that you can trade on with President Trump. I'll explain it in just a moment here. But let's talk about Kalshi. So if you're not familiar, I've been educating on you. I will continue to do so right now. The Pro Basketball Finals, we know, are in full swing. We just talked about it. And you can trade the entire series on Kalshi. And on Kalshi, you can trade each game. You got props, you got combos, and more until the confetti falls. So it's getting crazy in the Big Apple these days, and for good reason. New York is just 2 wins away from winning their first championship in over 50 years. So coming into the series, New York has statistically been one of the greatest teams in the league history. We've talked about this. Rob G has given us all the stats and facts about that. And if you can get 2 more wins, if they can do that, that statement won't sound so crazy anymore, right? So today, New York is trading at 78% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $129 if they win. So not a crazy profit, but it sounds like easy money to me, right? Seems like they're going to win. Now, on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in or out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code ODD, ODD, to get $10 when you trade 10. Again, use code ODD, ODD, to get $10 when you trade. KALSHI, that is Kalshi, trade on anything.
Rob G., Charles Barkley had something really interesting to say about Jalen Brunson.
That's right. We're counting down tip-off of Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Knicks up 1-0 here in San Antonio in this NBA Finals. And Charles Barkley, friend of the show, friend of the program, was on PTI earlier this week with Michael Wilbon, Tony Corners, and more friends of the program. We love all those guys.
Absolutely. I know everybody.
And even though Rob's on the Wemby train, and rightfully so, there's a lot of people right now jumping on the Jalen Brunson bandwagon, including our friend the Chuckster, who had some very high praise for the diminutive point guard.
Listen, I said this a few years ago. I think Brunson might turn out to be the greatest free agent signing. I'm not talking about LeBron and Kevin Durant and guys like that, but I think Brunson, if he's able to deliver a championship to New York, it'll be the greatest free agent signing in NBA history. There's nobody knew he was going to be this good. I didn't. You guys, nobody. No. When New York signed him, they didn't think he was going to be this good. He's turned them into a perennial contender. They went from never being talked about to the conference finals last year. Now they're in the finals because of Brunson. So if he's able to finish this journey, Mike, it would be the greatest free agent sign in NBA history.
I think, Keith, you can go first. And I think he even had to stop himself because there's some big free agents who have done way more than Brunson. I get it about the caliber compared to the other guys, but Keith, what's your take on Barkley in this?
Yeah, first off, job not finished, job finished, job not finished. They still have to go out and win the finals. Okay, I understand.
I agree with that.
I understand Charles has to, have some hot takes. He has to, have a hyperbolic take, like something like that. He's got to say something like that with his chest. I'll say this though, for the New York Knicks, it's already set in stone. NBA all-time, it's tough to say. I guess, I didn't like the part where he said not talking about LeBron and KD. Why not?
Right.
They won championships joining the teams that they joined, but I guess it's because it felt like they joined super teams, right? They joined a team that already had stars. This Knicks team didn't have stars when Brunson came here. The credit goes to Leon Rose. It also goes to Rick Brunson. Leon Rose was an agent with CAA. Rick Brunson was one of his clients. They are close, like family friends. And when they took a chance to bring Jalen here, Knicks fans, right at WFAN, I remember doing shows and talking. People thought it was a mid move. They thought that they were like, they didn't understand why they were doing it. They're like, this is typical Knicks. These guys don't know what they're doing. Why are they doing this? And the Knicks never have a point guard. They finally found their point guard. And look where they are today. And look at how polished this dude is, how much of a lion this dude is. Nobody knew that, but you know who knew it? Leon Rose, Rick Brunson, and James Dolan, who hired Leon Rose to do the job. So I think for the Knicks, it's set in stone. And I think you can mention it with LeBron and with KD, even more so because he did not join superstars like Steph Curry or Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, they started to add around him. They went out and added Cat, OG Anunoby, Bridges. They added guys around. Even had to go add Josh Hart. They added to Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I don't think you can make that claim in the NBA, and I get it. The Knicks haven't won since Moby Dick was a guppy, so I get the reason why Barkley would even say that, because it would be monumental. They haven't won since the 70s. You know what I mean? Yes, they went to the finals before in 94. They went in 99. I get that, but it's been since the 70s that they actually won a championship. So it would be huge. But when you look at LeBron going to Miami and then, going to 4 straight NBA finals, right? Winning 2 championships, KD by himself elevated what you think about the Warriors, right? As good as Steph and Clay and Draymond, they choked down a 3-1 lead. What happened when KD got there? They became unbeatable. So you can't poo-poo KD's presence and what he was able to do with Golden State. They begged him to come, Keith. Why did they beg him to come? They just choked down a 3-1 lead, the first team in NBA history to give up a 3-1 lead in the finals, right? So
yeah, I think when you think about it, though, it's just because we all knew it was game, set, match. Remember back then they were calling KD a cupcake. It wasn't that type of thing. I think a lot is to be said about how you enter and, kind of under-promise and over-perform for Jalen Brunson.
We left out one other guy, and Shaq, and the Shaq factor, right?
But he was joining Kobe.
Okay, but they went and got him for a reason, and when he got there, they became a juggernaut. They won 3 in a row, and they went. What did they go, Rob? 4 out of 5? Rob G, 4 out of 5? I mean, I'm just saying, his impact, that's another free agent. He was a free agent.
Come in here and talk about Jesus, then playing this. Oh, Mary Mac. What am I on? Instagram right now, TikTok. It's the Odd Couple. Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. We got OP, Olden Polynice, or Youngin Polynice back when he was a kid.
You down with OPP?
Yeah, you know me. Olden Polynice coming up here in about
Mary,
5 or 6 minutes.
Oh, no.
I'm sure they made a remix of some kid remix of it. We'll talk to OP in a minute, and of course, looking forward to that. After 40, well, the energy drops. Rob knows because he just turned 40 this year. The weight hangs on, and you start wondering where the old you went. M-Drive was built for that. Support healthy testosterone, energy, and metabolism. Don't ignore the change. Go to mdriveformen.com. Check them out. All right, let's get to it, Rob. 877-99 on Fox. We just thought of, really, your thoughts on President Trump attending Game 3 of the NBA Finals. It changed everything. Rob blames James Dolan for allowing. You've been doing good. You've been staying away, and now you make this mistake. I said, man, it's an opportunity for you to just say no and if you're a real Knicks fan, let the Knicks have this moment in the city of New York. Have this moment. What say you? 877-99 on Fox.
And then also, pricing out the fans.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
$10,000.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh Hart. He a real one. He talked about that. We'll get to that.
Mike in Miami. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's going on, guys? This guy lives in your head rent free. Who cares if he goes to the game?
Okay. All right, Mike, from New York. Mike, stop.
He was born and raised there.
Mike. To say who cares means you have no idea of the impact, okay? So you can be a Trump guy and call up here and say he lives rent-free. We don't talk about Donald Trump on this radio show unless it pertains to something in sports. So first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. Because do we talk about Donald Trump here?
Only when
this is sports. It's about Game 3. It's about the players going through all these other things. It's about the fans not being able to have a watch party on the streets around Madison Square Garden. That's what we're talking about. No, it's not.
It's about him as a fan being able to go to a game for the team that he grew up rooting for. Like, that's what we're talking. You can't go because we don't like you.
No, you can't go because you're president, and it's going to make an inconvenience to everybody. I just told
Obama has gone to many basketball games. President Obama went to many basketball games.
I don't remember him. I remember him at one game recently. Okay, one game.
Well,
but this is a moment. And all I'm saying to you is you don't know what you're talking about when you talk about he lives rent-free. That's the oldest cliche, okay? That's the oldest cliche. Get out of here with that, Mike, because I'm not buying it. We don't talk about Trump here.
My biggest thing is nobody's saying whether he's a Knicks fan or not.
I said he was.
My thing is the inconvenience, like to take away from this moment. That's all I'm saying. Like if this were this particular time, this particular city, the way New York is built, the way it's constructed, like you can't do things. It's going to block off. It's going to take away.
But you're going to change what has been going on, right? It changes everything that everybody was doing in the fans. That's what we're talking about. Nick in New York, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
How you guys doing? Love
what's
the
up,
show.
What's up?
Thank you for making us a part of it. I think that's what makes the show.
Nick,
why this is the best show.
Nick, I appreciate that. And you know what? We care about what you say. That's why you're on the radio.
Appreciate it.
Exactly. And we can all have different opinions and everything. And it sounds like Trump was invited by Dolan. Is that correct?
Hold on, Rob G. What is it? Do you have it?
Yes, but Kelvin was asking me something off the air about what's going on.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your call?
So Madami is we think he's paid. He said he came on a show and said he paid five figures for tickets for tonight.
$4 for 1,000.
So I would love to know where that money's coming from. I'm not trying to make it political, but obviously a little bit is. Either way, at the end of this, New York City, win or lose, is getting burned down. We were just there. My wife wants to go once a year. She wants to see a play. I hate it. I'm from upstate New York. I'm from Albany. We take the train down. I hate it. I say, we can go. We're not sleeping over. We're coming home. I had to buy deodorant because it was so hot. I literally waited. I waited 25 minutes for a guy to come around, put it in a box that I had to carry around. You would have thought I was buying a gerbil or a lizard to walk around to cash out. It was the most insane thing. This city's not safe after this happens. Go Knicks.
All right.
Love you, Rob.
No, I don't disagree with that. Listen, the city is about to be turned up. Win or lose, you might as well win it because there is definitely going to be a crazy summer in New York. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Let's squeeze one more in.
Let's do it.
Roger from Reno? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Roger? Roger, is he there?
Roger.
All right. Going once, going twice. There it is, Roger. We tried to get you in. I don't know
did.
what happened.
All right, appreciate everybody called. Obviously, we couldn't get to all of you. We got Olden Polynice on the other side of trending right now. He is Steve DeSager.
Game 3 of the NBA Finals starts at about 8:40 Eastern with the Knicks up 2-0 and hosting the Spurs. Knicks have won 13 straight, the playoff record 15 in a row by Golden State in 2017. 3 WNBA games tonight, and Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final is Tuesday. The LA Kings' new head coach is Peter Laviolette, who won a Stanley Cup with Carolina in 2006. A judge in Texas gave Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby an injunction to play this season, even though he had been ineligible after gambling. In light of today's decision, Georgia, for one, has instructed its coaches not to schedule Texas Tech in any sport. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett reported for the start of mandatory minicamp he wants a new contract. The Chiefs are signing defensive back L'Jarius Sneed. KC had traded him to the Titans a couple of years ago. Well, U.S. Soccer opens its World Cup schedule on Fox TV this Friday night from L.A. against Paraguay. Then they play in Seattle the next week against Australia. U.S. Soccer defender Chris Richards returned to full practice today in Southern California. He had missed both of the recent exhibitions with an ankle injury. A World Cup referee from Somalia was denied entry to the U.S. over the weekend, so apparently he's out of the tournament. By the way, U.S. women's soccer has another exhibition in Brazil tomorrow. Brazil's going to host next year's Women's World Cup. There is baseball on FS1 right now. It's the Yankees game as they're up 3-0, I should say, at the Guardians in the bottom of the third, and Paul Goldschmidt doing some damage early with a 2-run homer in the first. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks try to go up 3-0, hosting the Spurs, I would say shortly, but we still got it over an hour to go. The lines have been there since at least 3.5 hours before tip. Back to you.
It'll be interesting, too, Steve and Rob, just the energy. Like, if you're a fan, you got to get there 2-3 hours early, or do you lose a little bit of that?
Do you remember
custom?
when Trump went to the U.S. Open tennis final a couple years ago in New York, and the lines were so awful, they literally had to start the final a half hour later.
Yep.
Like, the networks
because
were
people
there.
couldn't get in, right?
World Television was there and waiting, and they delayed the entire event because of his presence there.
And
so many people had bought upper-level seats, and you can imagine those were not cheap for the U.S. Open final in New York. At a building, by the way, that is larger than Madison Square Garden, that tennis arena.
Right.
And the upper-level seats were mostly empty for the first hour of the match because people were still getting in.
Yeah.
And you
it's
wonder
an inconvenience thing, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and last point, too, that's what I was bringing up
Before we
earlier.
get to Ephraim.
He is the first sitting president to actually attend an NBA Finals. You had
There's a big big difference between Obama was after,
and then President Bush was before he became president.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
A sitting president at a
Trump
sporting
went
event?
to finals before he was president.
Correct. He was at 99 and 94, I believe. Yeah.
Went to New Jersey against the Lakers, as I recall.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. All right, let's get to Olden Polynice, former NBA vet, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst.
There we go. We down with OPP.
We down with OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
We down with OPP. Olden, man, what's going on?
Oh, my God, you guys are crazy.
A little bit.
All is good here. All is good.
Oh, hey, I'm blaming James Dolan for tonight's mess. The Knicks have a nice thing going. The fans out front, you know what I mean? The watch parties in the street, all that is done. Can't do it. Can't do any of that. People got to get there 2-3 hours before the game to be able to get into the building because of all the extra security. And it's just, to me, it's a buzzkill. It's just a buzzkill.
It is. And, you know, I did Buck and Fritz the other on Saturday, and I talked about, and I made the statement, the San Antonio's going to win the next 2 games. And this is before I even knew Trump was going to be there. But Trump is like, that's so disruptive to what they've been doing as a team that I believe is going to have a negative effect on them. And to me, it's not needed. It's not necessary. Okay, we get it. He's a friend of yours, Mr. James Dolan, but you don't need it right now. You know, everything's been running
Invite him to the parade. You know what I mean? Once you win, I think we won't go to that.
Hey, I'm looking at it like this, but let's say where your thought is the Spurs can win too. If you're the Knicks, how do you say, yeah, I know this is inconvenient, this is crazy, but the atmosphere is going to be crazy. The city is going wild right now. How do we try to finish this thing at home? If you were in that locker room as a veteran, what are you saying to that team?
Well, basically continue doing what we've been doing, but the problem is the ancillary stuff. It's that situation. It's going to throw everything off because now you have the extra security you got to go through, both teams. You may have delays, just, the fans, and let's not even talk about the financial aspects of this as far as like what they're charging for tickets.
I was going to ask you, Olden, you played in that league. $10,000 to sit at the top of Madison Square Garden for one night? This prices out the real fans, the fans who normally go to games.
And that's what we're seeing. This is a microcosm of pretty much what sports has become.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You cannot afford this. Regular people, ain't none of them in there tonight.
Ain't nobody regular.
Right. And did you see the Celebrity Row tickets they auctioned off and got $1 million for a pair?
Yeah.
For a damn basketball game?
The most insane thing I've ever seen. I don't give a damn. You ain't getting that out of me. I could have Elon Musk money. You're not getting that out of me.
I do want to get here. Did we see something at the end of the game? I know the Knicks won it at the end, but they did give up a 14-point lead in a short period of time. What did we see there? What I know it seemed like the Spurs were playing with a sense of urgency that maybe they should have had earlier, but they did make a comeback. They could have folded. They looked dead to me, Olden, and they did not fold in that situation. They fought.
Well, the problem that the Spurs have is the same reason why they got to the finals. Their youth. They were so young that they didn't know that they were inexperienced and they weren't supposed to be in the finals right now. And now it's working against them. And in that second half, what happened was they were like, hey, we're just young and stupid enough to like, hey, we can make a run right now. So that's pretty much what it's been. I thought this whole time the Spurs have actually outplayed the Knicks. But the Knicks, when they make their runs, they're like so fast and so forceful that it throws the Spurs off. And case in point, the Spurs had a lead, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I remember De'Aaron Fox has it's literally a layup for him, but he stops short and shoots a short jumper. He misses.
I remember that. Yep.
And then they go down and score the three-pointer. 5-point swing. Yep. It's stuff like that. When they have a chance to like really start putting nails in coffins, the Knicks aren't even doing it. It's the Spurs doing it themselves. They pulled the nail back out.
Hey, Olden, I want to ask you this question on the turnover. Is that because Wemby obviously can handle a basketball, so he has the ball, and the point guard is going to turn his back on him? Most point guards are looking for the ball, right? But Wemby dribbles, and Wemby – is that why that happened?
I think so. That's a great point, Rob.
You know what I mean, Olden? Because for the point guard who doesn't have the ball in his hand, not to be looking for the ball at all is crazy to me.
Well, it happened because, one, Mitch Johnson has been coaching this way. He rarely calls timeouts in those situations. Two, Wemby's shot against OKC made Stephon Castle turn his back because it's like, I just assume you're going to take it down and shoot another three. So that's the thing. The success became, the problem. And so Wemby, for all intents and purposes, never should have thrown that ball, of course, because you always got to make eye contact. He always has to be looking at you. And so when he did, and if you look at the play slowed down, he literally made the decision as Castle is turning. Everything happened simultaneously, and he could not pull it back. So, but they still had a chance to win the game. They ran a crappy play. I didn't like that play. I wanted Wemby to dive to the basket, throw the lob, or then you get a kick out wide open three because Josh Hart would have had to step in for the lob attempt.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. It ended up being a decent
look. It was an open look.
It ended up being a decent look, but the play was strange.
The man is 7'6". Every jumper is going to be an open look.
Well, right, but and to your earlier point, when I've brought this up to Rob several times, he's going to have to learn, and you know this from being in the league all those years, your go-to 2 or 3 moves or 2 or 3 spots. Get me here on turnover jump hook or turn around fadeaway off the glass. He right now is figuring out if a bucket's on the line, where are my spots? I don't think he knows that right now. I want to ask you about Karl-Anthony Towns. It's been an amazing last, year or two for him, where we knew the talent was there, but left so much to be desired, get into foul trouble, make weird plays, disappear some games. This postseason, he's been essentially flawless for all that you could ask for him. And even in these first 2 games in the finals, what changed for him? Is it Mike Brown? Is it just did it click? What do you see?
I see a guy who embraced a situation, and he finally learned that, hey, for us to go far, I have to change my game. And he had the decency to say, okay, you know what? It'll be a lot harder to ask Jalen Brunson or anybody else to do it. Because they tried it with Josh Hart, and it didn't work. They had to put him back in the lineup. Right. So Carl said, I'll be the bigger person. Because that's one of the things I think I talked to you guys about in some of the shows we do, is that you had 2 guys, basically one short, one tall, but they play the same style. And so they both needed to be outside. So Karl-Anthony Towns says, you know what? I'm going to move. I'm going to go outside. I'll be the facilitator. And he's not jacking up threes from out there, even though he's won 3-point shooting contests. He's being a facilitator. And when he is open, he shoots it. And that poses a problem for Wemby because this ain't Hartenstein out there. It's not Chet Holmgren. Okay? This is Karl-Anthony Towns. And that's been the difference.
Yeah, the big difference.
All right.
Yep. All right. Oh, man, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll see what happens here in Game 3.
All right, guys.
No doubt. Still down with OPP. Give him a follow, Olden Polynese 1 on X. Go ahead and give him a good follow. All right, on the way, Shekel City, tire rack play of the day as well. Plus, we'll get you ready again, some updates just on this game as Game 3 of the NBA Finals is coming up on us soon in a moment. All right, it's The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey. Tired of scrolling the job board, submitting application after application and never hearing back?
Yeah.
There's a better way to find work with real people on your side. At Express Employment Professionals, you don't pay a fee, ever. That's music to my ears. One application connects you with multiple job opportunities, not just one posting lost online. And when you work with Express, you get paid faster. That's right, with weekly pay. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you. Give them a call. With Express, you get a local team that knows employers in your community and is dedicated to helping you succeed in a job search. Plus, Express offers free skills training to help you grow, gain confidence and open the door to better opportunities. Best of all, Express is locally owned, so they understand your job market and have great connections to a variety of jobs. And remember, no fees for job seekers. Stop searching alone, get support, get options, and get to work. Last year, Express helped more than 400,000 people find work. Visit expresspros.com to find your local Express Employment Professionals office today. The New York Knickerbockers are in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999.
Since Moby Dick was a guppy, the Knicks are back in the NBA Finals, and they are riding a hot streak. We talk about it a lot. It's 11 straight wins, blowing the doors off the competition. And one person besides the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, who is not impressed by these New York Knicks, Draymond Green. Take a listen.
I double down on this. Just like Becky Hammond said, prove me wrong. Absolutely double down. Getting out of the East has never been a surefire to winning a championship. What y'all talking about? You get out of the East, you're supposed to get out of the East. It's the East. Of course you're supposed to get out of the East. That don't just mean you win a championship because you get out of the East. It's the East. Great. It's the East. We beat up Boston. You should get out the East. Happy for Mike Brown, by the way, but you should get out of the East.
Here's why Draymond has a bad podcast before we get to his Nick take.
Yeah.
You know why he has a bad podcast? Because who was he really friends with big time?
LeBron?
Okay. So if somebody was there to say, so you're discounting LeBron and coming out of the East and losing all of do you see what I'm saying, Rob G? Like, where's somebody to push that, and then he'd have to change his narrative on how to eat, right? Because the East was always, okay, LeBron got out, but they had to go West, and he lost all these finals.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about, guys, when you listen to podcasts and balance and somebody checking these guys. One thing, LeBron is the greatest guy ever, and now because it's the Knicks coming out of the East, he's talking about us to be in the least, and it's no big deal coming out of the East and all of that. I wish I was a co-host on that show because I would have thrown that right back to him. Which way is he going to go? Protect his friend? Or is he going to change his tune? Remember that when you listen to these terrible podcasts out there by players. Unchecked, underreported. Turn them off and turn the radio back on.
That was Micah.
Yeah, turn off your mic, and I was right about that. Yeah. All right, anyway, I do kind of agree with
Draymond. It's all that just to agree with him. Now you agree with your favorite podcaster in the sports world. I did all that just to say I love what Draymond said there.
And that's the only thing I'm going to say. I'm not going to trash the Knicks for winning. That's who's on the schedule. You got to play. Okay? So I'm not one of these. What I always say, sports has a short menu. Wins and losses, they win. They won. They won 11 in a row. But there's always context as well. And that's all. I think if Draymond could say that and articulate the context of it, break down the teams, two of them which quit, after the Cavaliers gave up a 22-point lead with 8 minutes essentially, and their coach stopped coaching or whatever it was, and Philly got punched in the mouth, right? And they kind of collapsed and just kind of gave up. And remember, this team lost and was down in the series to the Hawks 2-1. Jalen Brunson playing hero ball, people questioning Mike Brown and whether or not they were going to get out of first round, if you remember. People were like, what is this? So there is some context to say they've had an easy path. And I don't think it's a crime to say that if you view the teams that they played out of the East as easy. So I think that part is, but I don't think he articulated it well.
No, because all he was trying to do was act like the West is the best and the East is the least. And that's all he was trying to do. And it didn't even make any sense. The reason why it didn't make sense, Rob, is because not a single person is running around outside of New York, maybe the tri-state area, and saying that guaranteed now the Knicks are going to win the finals. Nobody's saying that. Literally no one is saying that. People, I don't know, the Spurs, Wemby's so great. I can see the Knicks winning.
No, just in New York. You know that because they haven't been in a finals in so long.
But he's acting like, aside from the New York Knicks fans, that anyone is just screaming they're guaranteed to win. I mean, I would imagine a lot of people are going to pick the Spurs because they beat the reigning champs and the reigning MVP. And let me also add this. This is the first time in NBA history that we had 8 or more teams lose 55 games. Which means to me, I think both conferences were a little inflated. The Pistons, I don't think were quite as good as 60 win. I think they were good teams.
Now you say that?
Well, no, I said it earlier. I think everybody was a little inflated when you got to play the Pacers 4, 5, 6 times. You got to play the Bucks. You don't want to see Wemby in a tank top shooting free throws?
No, I don't. I want to see the game when it starts at 8:45 Eastern.
It might be Pacific at this rate. This game, to Steve's point, I don't think it's going to start when they say it's supposed to start.
It might not start on time.
I think it's going to be an extra 20, 30 minutes.
What if he's not in? Like they might not start it.
Yeah, I think so. It's the odd couple. Hey, shout out to OPP, Odin Polynice.
It's nice, though, that Bad Bunny singing the national anthem? No.
No. They wouldn't put that. Matter of fact, find out who is singing the national anthem. Find that out.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to me.
Yeah, they're like, we can't have you singing right now. Not today. Not with President Trump there. Thank you to Odin Polynice for joining us. We'll get that up on the pod as well. Right now, it's time for Shekel City.
All right, 1 and 2 on Friday night. 156 and 129 is my total. And here we go. Spurs plus 1.5 at Madison Square Garden. This is it. If they're going to win a game, it's tonight.
I mean, yeah, got
That's
you.
it.
You lose tonight.
If you lose tonight, yeah. I just can't see them doing anything else there if you lose tonight. So I'm going to take the Spurs plus the 1.5 to win outright. I got the Nationals plus 1.5 at the San Francisco Giants. And I got the Brewers are in Sacramento. I got the Brewers minus 1.5 taking on the A's in Sacramento. So, again, Brewers minus 1.5, Nats plus 1.5, and the Spurs plus 1.5. And remember, Kelvin, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
Since we asked the question, who is doing the national anthem? To be so New York, son, what if they just switched it up? What if they had Wu-Tang do it, Rob? Rob G and Rob? Mary? No? Mary said no. That's because, girl, you only 19. That's why. You don't remember when
Rob
the
G,
Wu
did
was
you find
running
out?
things.
That's
Or
just
no?
not going to be good.
No, what about the Locks?
Who is it?
What about Fab and Jada? Or Jada and Joe? Fat Joe. Who else?
Oh, no, it's going to be Morning Joe. He's going to sing.
Morning Joe?
Yeah.
No. You know, I was going to say something else about
What?
Joe. Because, you know, President Trump always called President Biden Sleepy Joe.
Right.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes and Spliff Star.
It's Avery Wilson.
Avery Wilson.
She's a Broadway singer and former contestant on The Voice.
Okay. That makes
Shout out
sense.
to
She's
her,
known
but
as the Knicks' good luck charm.
the Knicks good luck charm. All right, well, bring her out for 3. But dang it for 4 to close it out, to sweep them, bring in Wu-Tang, or bring out the Locks.
And actually, Avery Wilson is a man.
Did I say her?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Bring him out, and then bring out the, like I said.
And you know they keep track of when you sing that, whether they win or lose.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
they
that.
keep track of that. They got that on there?
They do.
Well, I think
I don't know, but I'm just saying teams do.
Well, that is exactly why Avery Wilson is performing the national
What's his
anthem.
Oh, I
record?
know Avery Wilson.
Yeah. What's
He
his
be on-
record?
Yeah.
Apparently, he has done it for about a month, and they have not lost a game, and so they keep bringing him back.
Hey,
what I'm saying.
he can sing. No, I know who that is. He can sing. I've seen him all over Instagram and TikTok. He does all these covers, and he's been writing and singing for people for years. He can. That young brother
He
can
used
blow.
to play for the Spurs, right? Oh, that's Avery Johnson.
That's Avery Johnson. That's the Admiral. I played with Tim Duncan and the Admiral. No, Avery Wilson. All right, he can sing. All right, Avery, never mind. Keep doing your thing, Avery. All right, let's get to your Tyrek play of the day.
Was that at a Tiger game?
That was.
Because the crowd sounded. I didn't know that many people were going to Tiger games.
I ain't gonna lie.
They lost 20 out of 24. I thought people stopped going.
They might have pumped in some sound. I know Solomon ain't that loud. Our Solomon, we know.
Solomon loves the Tiger.
He ain't that loud. My goodness.
But am I right? Like that did that sound like a Tiger game?
That was from last season. That was postseason last
It's hot
year.
out. You know,
Yeah,
once
it
it
is
starts getting hot out, you're going to want to go out.
I
get
people.
that.
I do got a few people who go. And the tickets, listen, the tickets aren't
No,
New
no, no.
York Knicks prices.
Exactly.
They're like, you could take a family to a
Summer
baseball
out there,
game.
go out
Yeah.
there, enjoy it. Yeah, that had to do it. All right, so again, that's Tigers Radio there. Your Tire Rack play of the day, brought to you by Tire Rack, of course. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Which who do you want to sing? National anthem. Anybody in the world right now? Anybody?
Bad
Stevie
Bunny.
Nicks? No, shut.
Why can't I have Bad Bunny?
Because you don't know a single Bad Bunny song.
Huh?
Did you enjoy his Super Bowl performance?
Yeah,
Halftime?
but he did a good job
Yeah,
there.
you
right?
just. I know why you want him there. Look at you being political.
being
Rob P
devious.
stands for political. Mary, who you want? Who would
I
you?
don't know.
Anybody?
I don't think there's anyone good. Actually, I don't know. I don't
Great,
think there's
that
anyone
was a
good
good
enough
one.
right now.
Rob G, who are you? Anybody?
Problem is, she ain't American. Obviously, Adele sing, but she's not American. So I
She
don't think
doesn't have
could
to be
sing
American.
the national
See,
anthem.
that's so American of you.
But wouldn't that? It just feel like it would defeat the purpose.
No,
No,
I
she
think you
could
could
be a
sing.
performer.
Because she can sing.
Oh, without a
sing.
doubt.
Oh, I'm with Adele.
No, she can
Adele?
absolutely blow.
Yeah.
No, she
Now,
can't.
granted, her.
What about
wait,
you know
what?
when you said Stevie Nicks? You
That's
know,
what-
I mean Stevie's almost 80. You know what I mean?
No.
Let her
We'd
get
love
it
to see
in.
that.
That's
Yeah.
what I said. I thought you would want to see Stevie.
Let her do it. We'd
Michael
love to see
Jackson
that.
didn't like her singing "We Are the World."
Oh, he didn't back then. You're
Exactly.
right.
So why would we let her
Yeah,
sing
Mike
national
was
anthem?
Mike was he stuck his nose up a lot of people like you ain't doing it how I would do it.
For you to bring up the nose at a time like this is just inappropriate.
Then you got to relax. You got to relax. Give me Beyonce.
Beyonce would be fine.
Yeah.
I think Lady Gaga would kill it.
Hadn't she done it? She did it at the Super Bowl. Remember that she jumped off and caught she caught the football. That was actually pretty dope for her.
Team.
I'll give her credit for that. All right. Wemby, you got to get it done.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Something
Game 3 of the NBA Finals is in New York later this hour with the Knicks up 2-0 hosting San Antonio. The Atlanta Hawks gave Coach Quinn Snyder a multi-year contract extension. The Raptors gave General Manager Bobby Webster an extension, and he's now Executive VP as well. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final is Tuesday. The LA Kings' new head coach will be Peter Laviolette, who won the Stanley Cup 20 years ago with Carolina. A judge in Texas gave Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby an injunction to play this season. He had been ineligible after gambling. The NCAA has already appealed. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett reported for the start of mandatory minicamp. He wants a new contract, and he'd skip voluntary workouts. In baseball, the Mariners are now up 5-1 at Baltimore in the bottom of the fifth. Yankees back in the lead 4-3 at Cleveland, top of the fifth inning on FS1. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 here on the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Glad you could join us. And, of course, as always, we want to hear from you. So we're value your opinion.
That's right.
And want to hear. Remember, we're not just a podcast. We're a radio show that you can call in and be heard. And let me tell you, for over 40 years, TireRack.com has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Also, don't forget, you could be watching us.
That's right.
On YouTube. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. You could also tap the thumbs up icon if you want to. Comment away, do all that. Again, just check us out on the YouTube channel that we have. Plenty of people are watching. You can join in. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. And David Shepard, SiriusXM, NBA radio host and former WFAN host, will join us coming up in about 27 minutes. So we still got a lot to get to here in hour number 2, and we're still, about 45 minutes away from the game. It's supposed to start around 8:40.
Yeah,
or
I'm
8:45,
hoping. I'm just hoping.
Like,
I mean, it's starting to look a little full in there. So hopefully everything goes as planned.
You know what? I did not realize this, though.
What's that?
That tonight, like they always have like these specialty nights for games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was the night of the living dead because along with Trump being there.
I know you ain't about to talk about the commissioner.
No.
Oh.
You got Jimmy Johnson wearing a Knicks shirt. 80-year-old men shouldn't be wearing T-shirts. Just saying.
Why are you so mad at it? You mad at Spike Lee and his Nick get up?
No. And Robert Kraft is there as well. I'm sure the people in Boston are thrilled.
Wait, is he really?
Yes. It's the night of the living dead. Anybody with white hair and a lot of money is in the building tonight, apparently.
Well, the way them tickets cost, yeah. It ain't going to be a regular Joe who works the garbage truck.
If you were a Red Sox fan, though, would you feel good about that? Why is Robert Kraft, of all people, Jimmy Johnson, too, like his claim to fame is in Texas.
Something.
Oh, is it Trump?
Yes.
Are they with him?
Doesn't it make sense? Why else would I'm a Boston guy? Why not go with the Celtics? Or you mentioned Red Sox?
They were down on the floor.
I'm
so
just
I don't
gonna
know.
jump out on the limb.
But I didn't see them in the suite. Now maybe they're going
because
up
it's early.
Yeah, maybe they're going
coming in. What did they have to do? They had to get there early. They're going to get through security checkpoints and all that. Hang out, and that's my guess. Is because those two make zero sense.
Robert Kraft have 2 seats.
For who? Him and who?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you how I get my jollies. Can I tell you?
Yes.
Just watching Rob G shake his head in the other room. Because
It's so ridiculous.
One day we're just gonna pod the mic.
No. The best part is Rob G. One day he's going to not hit the button. You're gonna hit the on button and keep it on, and you be like, and everybody's gonna hear it. But yeah, my guess is Trump. All sincerity, like I think Jimmy Johnson makes 0 sense. Robert Kraft makes 0 sense. I could be wrong. Rob G. could be.
They could be Rob G. If you see a celebrity list or whatever, maybe there's some more names. But I just saw those two. You know, Jimmy Johnson had on a Nick T-shirt, not a golf shirt, like a Nick T-shirt. And Robert Kraft didn't have a jersey. You didn't have that would be sacrilegious.
He was like, I can't even do that.
He can't even do that.
He can't do that.
Rob G. One last thing before we get to this topic here, hour number 2. Odd Mob, anybody on the did we get any stuff? I'm sure from the
I don't know if you want to hear some of the stuff saying in the Odd Mob.
No, that's okay. It's all right.
Anytime you get political, you get the worst kind of people in these chats.
Well,
because God forbid you have a civilized conversation.
Exactly.
You can't do that in the 2020s.
You could give us 1 or 2 decent ones.
I don't care if it's an opposing thought.
Exactly.
As long as they're not
it's not just that. We're talking about the Epstein list. We're talking about pedophilia. We're talking about.
All right.
There is no civil discourse happening in the chat right now.
We tried, Rob.
Yeah.
So nothing. There's nothing you can read.
If you want to read,
you're telling me I don't want to do it. I just thought maybe there was somebody.
He's a lunatic. He's a liar. Right. You know, like there's really nothing.
Yeah. All right, there you have it.
All right. The deporter in chief. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff going.
Deporter in chief. Very nice. Yeah. I'm just saying. Like that guy who called in, from Miami.
The best part about it is you were talking about James Dolan.
Like what did I say, Rob G? That I'm blaming James Dolan, not Trump. Yeah. And he called, Trump lives in your head. No, he didn't even hear it.
The only time we've had conversations was about that.
Sports related.
And when the Dodgers were debating if they were going to go or not. That up to the White House.
Yeah, you know what's funny is all this incredible discourse, all negative. There's one guy, Carlos, trying to hold it down just out of these random hatred comments. Hey, Mary, why you bugging? Rob, please sing the Wemby song.
You know,
stuff like that. There's one guy trying to fight the good fight.
As we get started, Mary, can we get the Wemby song?
It says 30 minutes to showtime, cranking up Buffalo Wings.
Let's get the full version, please, before Kelvin said that Wemby can't win. Let's do it.
I said that? You don't know what I said. What are you, a prophet?
I'm just reading the notes.
Let me read the notes. Rob G, no more notes. Don't me put my notes on here no more.
I'm going to send the rundown like the other shows where it's just blank.
Just blank. Give me the blank. Put his, but don't put mine.
Right.
No, they just have like the heading and the hour. And
not even that. There's something that just say Game 4, all caps, and that's nothing else underneath it.
Those are Rob's favorite shows.
Today's topics, Game 2.
Rob G, why do you want to produce this show when you could have a piece of cake and just show up?
That would be awesome.
2 minutes before the show with no
awesome.
Show prep, nothing. You're writing notes.
Like, hey, where's the rundown? You'll get it hour 2. Okay, cool.
So Rob, I guess Mary can't find it.
No, don't worry about it. Okay, while you're looking, Mary, let's get into it. Let me know before I start, Mary, if you got it or not. All right, well, you look for that, Mary. We'll get to it. Rob has a new Wemby song. Of course, we know everybody knows it's Wemby. What I know about Wemby, Rob, is he is an incredible player. I told you he's obviously going to be the face of the league, one of the best ever when it's all said and done. But the reason I picked the Knicks was that he alone, as well as the Knicks, the Spurs. If this were just the Spurs, Rob, and just Wemby was the young one, I'd be okay with this. The issue that I have with the Spurs is that everybody's young. Your best players are 22, 21, 20, and even your coach is young. He's like 38. That ain't Greg Popovich. Mitch Johnson's got to learn. And so what would happen in Game 2? Wemby starts to go to work, starts to score, brings them back in it, but then he has his couple of bad plays, right? He has a turnover, which turned to the foul, which turned to the shot. He got a good look, but you would prefer a better shot to end the game and try to win it. And so he had his moment, Rob, that comes with the bumps and the bruises of the NBA. He's not alone in this. I look at guys like Kobe Bryant, young phenom. People are excited about him. He's in the playoffs against the Utah Jazz. What does he do? Shoots a bunch of air balls. He had to have his moment. I look at a young Shaq, toast of the town, new fun thing in the league. He's got all the commercials. He got platinum albums. Finally goes up against Hakeem and the Rockets in the finals. They get swept, and he gets schooled by Hakeem, and he realizes you still got work to do, young fella. I look at, of course, LeBron, 22 years old, just like Wemby, gets to the finals versus the who? The Spurs, gets swept. Tim Duncan and them show him how you do it and show him what an expert and veteran team looks like. And I look at the Spurs, and I say, if it were just Wemby was the 22-year-old, but they had an older Tim Duncan or a Ginobili or even a Kawhi, then I'd feel much more comfortable. But the fact that he is the eldest of the better players is a problem. And the guys who won young, Magic had vets, Jamal Wilkes, Storm and Norman, Nixon. He had, of course, Kareem. And then you look at Larry Bird when he won young. You had veteran guys on those teams. And that's my challenge with the Spurs. It's not that they're not good, not that they're not very good, but they hadn't gone through the lessons. They hadn't gone through those turnovers and bad moments like he had in Game 2. You kind of got to go through that to get there. Michael Jordan was incredible in the postseason, but he wasn't winning anything because he had to go through it and score 60-something against the Celtics, still lose. So that's when I watched Game 2 and I watched the end and some of the mistakes. We just had Olden Polynice on. What did he say? He said they've outplayed the Knicks in a large portion of this series, but they don't know how to have key moments, how to close out, and they make a few young blunders and young mistakes, and that's, to me, what's played out thus far. They've been competitive. They've been right there. They've had the lead at times. Obviously had the lead in Game 1, but they haven't been able to close. And even Mitch Johnson hasn't mastered it as a coach yet. When should I call timeout? When should I not? When should I drop a better play? And this is just a part of the learning curve. And I saw it, to me, when that little minute and a half for Wemby was a bad stretch, last 45 seconds or whatever it was. That was his Kobe airballing. That was his Shaq getting schooled by Hakeem. That was his Bron just not ready and prepared enough for the Spurs. He's been good, but he hasn't been great, and nor have the Spurs. And I think they're going to learn it. And they're going to be forced to be reckoned with in the future. But this is why a veteran, more grizzled team like the Knicks have been through it a little bit. You got a coach has been through it. You got 4 of their starting 5 guys won championships in college. They know how to get it done. This is why, to me, the Spurs are just early. It's not that they're bad. They're just early, Rob.
Yeah, I disagree totally because we just saw OKC, the second youngest team to ever win a championship. They didn't have any of those guys. They were a very young team, 25 years old. And the conversation you're having, and I'm just going to call it like I see it. Mm-hmm. If Wemby makes that shot, that is not the conversation you would be. Like the difference between you saying them not being ready is the difference between not the turnover, one shot. If he knocks that shot down, they came back from 14 down, right, against the Knicks. They also win that game, and then it's 1-1, and you would feel totally different because Wemby had the big three-point play in that stretch with the 14 points to get them back in that game. They looked dead. They looked out of it in the third quarter, in the second half at that point when they fell behind, and they played. And as great as Cat has played and done a good job, he had 4 points in the second half. That's what he had. He had 4 points in the second half. And I agree with Olden. There are stretches, big stretches, where they have played better than the Knicks. And they have made, in Game 1, De'Aaron Fox was bad, really bad, right? Wemby didn't play great. He didn't shoot well, 6 for 21, and they lose by 10. This game, of course, is a heartbreaker because you're going to go down 0-2. But it's a 1-point game. I don't look at it like they can't win. And I don't even know. This is just my gut. Mm-hmm. They could push through and win tonight and win the next 4 games. That is what I feel like if they were to get it together. Even Brunson, who you can normally count on, when he missed that free throw, was that not an opening? Were you shocked?
No, for sure. That's unlike him.
Yeah, but that was that moment where you went, wow, this guy's usually money in that spot, and that's a huge free throw, and obviously it didn't come back to bite the Knicks. But I'm not giving up on Wemby and what he's able to do. And so far in the 2 games, not chopped liver, 27.5 points, 10.5 rebounds. You know, I think it's, Rob G, is that 3? How many blocks is that? 3.5 or 1.5? I got them. And 1.5 steals. So the numbers are good. They could have been better. The shooting percentage, obviously, in Game 1, 6 for 21. I don't care. And your team only loses by 10 is amazing when Fox and Wemby didn't play well. But anyway, I have not given up hope in Wemby and him having a big game. And I'm looking at how the Knicks, gave it up. And the pressure, again, they're at home. You know what I mean? The home crowd. There's a whole thing there. And even though they got a cushion, this is one of those where if you're going to win the game, the Spurs, tonight is the night. And if you win that game, you start to feel like we came back in Game 2, 14 down, tied the game, and now we just came into Madison Square Garden. You start to believe like we can win this game, and I'm talking about the Spurs, not me. That's the mindset you could have if you're the Spurs. Do we have the song now?
Trump.
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Nobody asked you to bend down.
Tripping down the streets of New York City, smiling at everybody he sees. Who's reaching out to capture this moment? Everyone knows it's Wemby. And Wemby has long legs that handle is no lie. And Wemby has wings to fly above the crowd. Above the crowd.
Oh,
above the crowd. Above the crowd.
Actually fun. Run out of air at the end.
All right, 877-99 on Fox.
I'm so
Let it play. 877-99-6663.
Wemby's so glad he's got you. He's got you and a statue that he was drawing in Central Park or wherever he was earlier today. Because I think it's a double-digit win for the Knicks. I think they 15 points. Oh, I think Brunson finally has a
10 wings. Just a simple 20 wing, 10 wings. Let's do it.
I'll do 10 wings.
All right, let's do it.
You should learn how to say everyone knows it's Wemby in French since he's a French basketball player.
You know how to do it?
You said what?
No, hit Duolingo up. Somebody do that.
All right.
It's not hard, man.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Kelvin's got a blowout. I'm saying no way, no how. Do you believe in Wemby and the Spurs? Do you believe, I should say, that they're too inexperienced to win? Kelvin believes so. That's why they make mistakes at the end. We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, and we appreciate your insight, and we welcome your calls. 877-99 on Fox. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Unless you don't know that it's Wemby in the U.S. of A.
That's right.
Let's tell them about M Drive, Rob.
That's right. Kelvin, when M Drive first came to me, I got to admit.
What's that?
I didn't know who they were.
Well, since we're telling the truth, I didn't either, but then I started to pay attention to what was going on with my body, Rob.
That's right. Same here. After 40, guess what?
What's
Energy drops, weight won't move, the gym stops, giving you, what you put in.
Yeah, you get mad about it. You're trying to start to think, man, is it me?
It's not. It's testosterone. Did you hear me?
I heard you.
It's testosterone. Say with my chest out. It declines after 40. It takes everything with it.
And M Drive is built for exactly that, just like your chest, Rob. 2 capsules every morning. Pop, pop. Take a couple of them.
Pop, pop.
Clinically tested ingredients that support healthy testosterone, energy, metabolism. Plus, don't forget they got an amazing shake you can use as well. Put that in your protein shakes.
Here's what got me. A scientist named Gary Kehoe built this thing almost 20 years ago for himself after feeling the same change.
Yeah, and we're trying to work on our health. We're trying to get in shape. We got stuff coming up for the summer. And M Drive, NABJ, that's right. M Drive is a part of that.
No doubt over 1 million men use it.
60-day money-back guarantee.
We're in the middle of this, and so far,
it is working.
No doubt. mdriveformen.com. Use the code COUPLE. 20% off your first order.
And they got a bunch of dope stuff. I'm using the water bottle. I just had my hat on over the weekend running my girls around. mdriveformen.com.
M-Drive for Men, who still show up. Hey, Kelvin.
What's that?
Go get M-Drive.
Exactly. So for those who obviously big-time listeners, you know about this already. If you're not, or if you just missed that particular day, we had a conversation about Rob was starting basically saying one thing we agree on, we don't often agree, is that James Dolan has been a ridiculous owner and some of the stunts that he's made over the last 20 years. You brought up Charles Oakley being one. We all remember that scene, him pushing security and
they threw him out.
Threw him out, kicked him out. He hasn't been back since. And so now the conversation's become, and this was back in, he was arrested with that altercation back in 2017. So now the decision was made, of course, by James Dolan, who apparently is refusing him to come in. He won't let him come even current day as they're in the first finals appearance since 99. And so Rachel Nichols talked about the leagues. Basically, they're pulling out all the stops. They're saying, look, we got to rectify this. And they've gone as far as to even include Adam Silver and Michael Jordan, who we know is, if you don't know, he's one of Oakley's best friends since
100%
the Bulls back in the 80s. That's been his guy. He was like Jordan's protector when he was with the Bulls. And so they've tried to broker some peace deals, Rob. They tried to figure it out with James Dolan, but Jordan wasn't successful. Adam Silver wasn't successful. And apparently he's banned for life. And that's just what they're saying.
I'm going to say this, too. If you remember, and you could, Google it yourself, Spike had an incident, too, with Dolan and the Madison Square Garden. Don't you remember?
He had his normal VIP route that technically you're not supposed to take.
Players come in that way, but he used to come in through that same
and everybody knows who that is and who's been doing it. And then he blocked him. And I told you another thing that makes me just drive me crazy about James Dolan. So if you're literally doing your job as a journalist and you write something negative about him, and it's just not even a hit piece, you're just doing accurate journalism. He's banned journalists. He's banned lawyers who are suing, who their plaintiffs may be suing MSG for other things. So remember, it's not just the Knicks. They do a million other things. And they have facial recognition technology, Rob, where if you're a lawyer going to see a play, you're going to see Hamilton at MSG, beep, boop, boop, it picks you up, and you literally can't get into there going to see your play. It's just been crazy. So Jordan trying to figure this out. And remember, Dolan has said it's not, quote unquote, Rob, necessarily a lifetime ban. He said, I think it's the most important thing that we need to keep the guard in a place that's comfortable and safe for everyone who goes there. And this is in regard to Charles Oakley. He said he's concerned about his anger management issues and potential alcohol issues.
See, here's go ahead. I'm glad that Michael Jordan is gotten involved and even the commissioner, because I told you this too before. Like, people have their issues. We've seen Isaiah and Magic, right, make up on television and talk it out, and they had a falling out. They used to be best of friends, vacation, all that. Things happen in life, and it's just that game. And when you share, Kelvin, blood, sweat, and tears, and you're trying to win and all that, and it's a teammate, and you know what I mean? You spend the amount of time. This is not like a regular job. I just can't. You could leave a job, you're working a 9 to 5, Kelvin, and you have a riff with somebody at the job and you move on. You can move on. No. We were around each other every day for 6 months, more than you with your significant other. We've cried together, laughed together, played cards together, showered together. You know what I mean? Like, you become like a brother to each other. And that's why I think it's so important and why they can't just let it go. And Charles Oakley was the ultimate teammate. As somebody who covered Charles Oakley during those days with the Knicks when I was a beat writer for the Daily News in New York, people used to always say, oh, it's a shame that Patrick Ewing's never going to win or didn't win a championship. I used to say it's a shame Charles Oakley. Nobody dove into the crowd. Nobody dove for more loose balls. Nobody defended their teammates more than Charles Oakley. And I'm not saying that he's above, penalty, reproach, and he's didn't do anything wrong and he's been totally railroaded. I'm saying both sides can soften and understand what it means for both sides.
That's the key part,
That's
Rob.
it. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's just saying that's the key part to me is that Oakley, I guarantee you, he done said some things that's upset people.
No doubt.
He and maybe there has been some alcohol issues. But my thing is, to your point, every now and again it's okay to be the bigger person. Every now and again it's okay to extend that olive branch, right, and to say, hey, you know what, this man meant a lot to us. I'm not going to lie, this season, this run, this energy for the city, for this team means a lot. And James Dolan, if you ever want to get in the good graces of the city of New York, and you do this. You come out and you extend an olive branch. You say, yo, man, I may have been handled some things, said some things. You obviously did some things wrong, but we're family. This Knicks thing is a family. To me, this is how you build the culture of the Knicks. So really the culture of the Knicks is the fans more than anything else. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. David Shepard. Shep's getting ready to join us here in about 5 or 6 minutes. We'll talk some NBA finals as we get closer and closer, allegedly, to the tip-off of Game 3.
The all-time greatest name of a radio show in sports talk radio show history.
What is it?
Shep, Shower, and Shave. That was the name of the show.
Shep, Shower, and Shave.
Was that pretty good? That's pretty good.
I do remember that. Shout out to Shep. Be joining us here shortly. By the way, the world's biggest soccer tournament is here, and you can trade every match on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use code ODD to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi, trade on anything. All right, 877-99 on Fox. I said it. I think the Spurs are too young. They're too early right now to get it done. And I think we've seen the history of that. Rob says I'm wrong. They can still get it done. What about you? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Richard in Jacksonville. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Richard?
Hey, guys. Thanks for the time.
Yes, sir.
Look, Rob, I was listening to what you're saying, and it just seems like you are making this slight miscalculation that many people are making, which is you're considering the upside of what the Spurs might do without recognizing the Knicks haven't played a good game yet in the finals. The Knicks have a gear that the pace that the Spurs haven't even
But they might
yet.
not play a good game, and that's my point to you, and that's why I'm saying if the Spurs win Game 3.
Let me ask you a question.
No, but they might not. Say it.
Rob, why would a team on a 13-game heater having their first game in the finals in 7 years at home not play a good game?
Easy, because the competition they played up until this point wasn't that good, and the two teams quit. So
Rob,
Richard, you can believe what you want, and I'm fine with that. I just want you to can you admit you're a Knicks fan, correct?
Of course.
Okay, that's fine. So you can't have an objective opinion when it comes to this, and then you could say whatever you want, and I respect it, Richard. You can't. You're invested.
I can't.
You can't. I don't care what you say. You can't have an honest opinion about the Knicks because you're a Knicks fan, and I get it. I'm not mad at you. But you can't tell me because I'm not on board or I think that the Spurs can't win 4 games in a row that I'm crazy. Everybody crowned the Phoenix Suns, too, when they were up 2-0. And guess what? The Milwaukee Bucks won 4 straight and took the championship. Did that happen?
Well,
Did that happen? Yes or no? Did that happen? I'm asking you. Did that happen?
Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait, one more thing. Were the Warriors up 3-1 against LeBron James? Were the Warriors up 3-1? Who won that series?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because I'm trying to tell you how a series can flip. That the Spurs have been right there. They should have won Game 2. They were a shot away from winning Game 2. You would have a different conversation today if Wemby made that shot. That's all I'm saying to you.
I will, if you'll let me speak for a second, I will tell you.
Dude, you've been on.
What I see.
All right, Richard, thank you. We let you talk. I mean, you act like you didn't say anything.
I mean, you ain't let him cook, though.
No.
He was cooking. He was hibachiing. Richard, let me finish what you were saying. Jalen Brunson is doing a great game. He's been inefficient. He hasn't had a great game. And this is what he said. At home crowd, home cooking, the bench players are going to play better than they have as well. They've had some good moments here and there. And there's another notch the Knicks can get to. That's what he's saying. That's what I'm expecting today. Energy's going to be crazy for them.
Peter in Honolulu, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
I told you Wemby wasn't going to do it in Game 2 the other day.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Peter. So when they went after 14 points to tie the game, what you were sitting there going, and he made the 3-point play. You were saying, no, Wemby's not going to do it? What'd you say at that moment?
A little bit nervous.
Okay,
but that's not going to happen again because if the Knicks, they got not nervous, but they saw that they were up by 14. They took the foot off the neck, and they let the Spurs back in. If the Knicks go up by 10 again, if they go up double digits, 15, 18 points, it's over. The Spurs they're not going to let the Spurs off the deck again. They let them off the deck. Wemby missed the shot. Okay, Brunson's not going to keep shooting 29% or whatever he is. Josh Hart is not going to keep shooting over. Okay? They're not. It's not going to happen. Unless, who on the Spurs is going to step up? Wemby needs to do 40 for the Spurs to win.
They
tonight.
lost by one. They didn't have to do 40. Come on, man. You won. The Knicks won the game. You should feel good about it being up 2-0, but they didn't run the Spurs out of the gym. You need to stop. They were one shot away from making you and all those Knicks fans squeamish. They better win tonight.
De'Aaron Fox is the key.
Is.
I expect Wemby to. He's going to do 25 to 35.
He's been averaging 27 and a half.
Wemby, he'll be fine. The key for me is De'Aaron Fox. Vassell's going to hit a couple threes. What we call him, Pipple. But it's going to be De'Aaron Fox. If De'Aaron Fox can be an all-star guy like he had been in Sacramento, then that could be trouble. If not, that's just not enough in my opinion. All right, we can ask David Shepard's going to join us in a moment right now. Steve Sager is getting you updated. Hey, Steve.
Hey there. Game 3 of the NBA Finals due to tip off in about 10 minutes. Knicks up 2-0, hosting the San Antonio Spurs. Knicks took Game 2 on the road in this series by a point on a free throw with about 10 seconds left right after a turnover by Victor Wembanyama, who had also missed the last shot of that game. Spurs had 16 turnovers last contest. The Atlanta Hawks gave coach Quinn Snyder a multi-year contract extension. The Raptors gave GM Bobby Webster an extension. The LA Kings' new head coach will be Peter Laviolette. Edmonton is closing in on Mike Babcock as head coach. A judge in Texas gave Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby an injunction to play this season. He had been ineligible after gambling. The NCAA has appealed already. Georgia, for one, has instructed its coaches not to schedule Texas Tech now in any sport, and Nebraska has done the same. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett reported for the start of mandatory minicamp. Linebacker Josh Sweat also reported to the Cards. The Chiefs are signing defensive back L'Jarius Sneed. Giants linebacker Abdul Carter left practice after he twisted his ankle at minicamp. Broncos linebacker Jonathan Cooper entered a not guilty plea to domestic violence charges. U.S. soccer defender Chris Richards returned to full practice today in Southern California. He had missed both of the recent exhibitions with an ankle injury. The U.S. opens its World Cup schedule in L.A. this Friday night on Fox TV against Paraguay. Roger Federer will take part in an exhibition before the U.S. Open in late August, along with John McEnroe, Andre Agassi, and Andy Roddick. To baseball, the Mariners placed shortstop J.P. Crawford on the IL with a bruised hand, and rookie shortstop Colt Emerson was scratched from tonight's game due to back tightness. Seattle is leading 5-2 at Baltimore, bottom of the 7th, a grand slam for Josh Naylor. At Tampa Bay, the Rays lead 2-1 over the Red Sox in the top of the 7th inning. Yankees yesterday moved into a virtual tie for first in the AL East with the Rays. The Yankees right now are back in the lead on FS1, up 4-3 at Cleveland in the top of the 6th inning. And it's Philadelphia leading 5-2 at Toronto in the bottom of the 5th. Christopher Sanchez, 4 innings of work, 4 strikeouts so far for the Phils. His ERA 1.59 for the season. Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk could come off the 60-day IL this weekend. Toronto pitcher Dylan Cease will rejoin the rotation on Tuesday. And Alabama and Oklahoma each advance to the College World Series. Back to you.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Odd Couple Rob and Kelvin on in Magic City Monday. Joined now by David Shepard, Sirius XM NBA radio host, former WFAN fan, host. Shep on air, give him a follow. What's up, Shep?
Hey, Kel, what's going on, gentlemen? Rob, how we doing? Not a lot going on in the world of sports these days.
Nah, man, boring now.
I know, right? Not much. Absolutely.
Let's get to Game 3, minutes away, hopefully, if everything goes as planned. Of course, the Knicks are up 2-0. Knicks are up 2-0, and luckily because of Game 2, or they've been owning this thing and they should be up 2-0. How do you view it?
Well, look, I mean, I think the Knicks are very fortunate that the Spurs are the second youngest team in the history of the NBA Finals, and while the Spurs had a 14-point lead in Game 1 and a 12-point lead in Game 2, the Knicks are thanking their lucky stars that the inexperience really showed up for the Spurs down the stretch, and that's why they're up 2-0. You can look at the series and say the Spurs could have easily been up 2-0, especially if Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama know how to execute a basic, rebound by the big, outlet pass to the guard, which a middle school team could pull off. But the reality is the Spurs should be at least, 1-1 in this series. So I feel like, with that being said, Kenny Atkinson would say that the Spurs are up 2-0 in the
there
series.
you go. You, David. like you. That was a fireable offense right there. I'm telling you, that was like the worst thing I ever heard.
Analytically, we're up 2-1.
In my 40 years of sports, that was the worst thing I've ever heard.
Gosh, that was crazy.
Here's my thing. If you're a Knicks fan, you should be a little afraid that the Spurs looked dead in the water, and when they ran off those 14 points to tie the game, well, that showed me something, that they had fight, because they hadn't been playing well. You know what I mean, David?
100%, Rob. And like the truth of the matter is, they don't understand how to utilize Victor Wembanyama. Like I'm very fortunate to host with Sam Mitchell during the finals for the NBA postgame show, and he keeps pointing out and emphasizing they don't understand how to properly utilize Wemby. And that's why you see it. Wemby right now in the first half, he's a non-factor.
Right.
Like Wemby's talent is what's allowing him to have 22 second-half points in Game 2. He shouldn't be getting off 4 shot attempts in the first half.
It's ridiculous.
It's blasphemous.
It's ridiculous.
In the finals, it's blasphemous.
100% agree. This is supposed to be the biggest mismatch we've had in the NBA in 25 years at 7'5". Why is he not having any kind of rim runs? Why is there no pick and pop? Why is there no pick and roll? Why is he not slashing to the basket with that size and that skill set? So to your point, yes, I was shocked that Victor Wembanyama was so underutilized in the first half. But something tells me, like we've seen in previous series with the San Antonio Spurs, when they've won multiple games on the road in every single series this postseason, I have a feeling Game 3, Game 4, that will be the case also for San Antonio.
You know what, though? And I brought this up to Rob, and a couple of times we've had this conversation. I don't think Wemby knows how to use Wemby. And I think that's part of the problem. That's part of the why I picked the Knicks, in that Wemby is going to – we already know he's going to be an all-timer. But I think right now he's kind of like a Bambi, like a baby deer, still learning, hitting his legs under him. Where do I fit best? Where are my spots? Where do I want to go when
27 and a half? That's a good Bambi there.
But he's been inefficient, and to the other point, it's come late in games. It's just like once he realizes I'm a dominant force, point blank, period, I think he'll start to impose his will more. But I ask you about this. What do you think about where's De'Aaron Fox? Is he injured right now? What's going on with him? And how do they get him going? Because I told Rob I think he's going to be key. Wemby's going to Wemby. They need him.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was nice to see De'Aaron Fox show up in Game 2 because he was a non-factor in Game number 1. And this is where, obviously, I hate to throw Mitch Johnson under the bus, but the reality is he has been exposed this series compared to Mike Brown. You feel like one head coach is playing chess and the other is playing checkers. I know you gentlemen hear that analogy all the time.
Right.
But to me, De'Aaron Fox should not have played 11 minutes in the fourth quarter in Game number 1 because he clearly did not have it with that lift, with that ankle injury, still hobbled. Looked a lot better in Game number 2, but I believe Dylan Harper has been their most consistent San Antonio Spur in the NBA Finals, believe it or not. I know he should be a sophomore at Rutgers, but he has been outstanding. For him to play just 3 minutes in the fourth quarter in Game 1, I believe was a colossal mistake. Had Dylan Harper gotten the De'Aaron Fox minutes in Game number 1 in the fourth quarter, the Spurs would have won Game 1. I expect De'Aaron Fox, and we know it, and no one's 100% at this particular point of an NBA season, right? But De'Aaron Fox clearly still, hobbled with that ankle injury, does not have the same lift, but he was a factor in Game number 2, and it looked night and day, De'Aaron Fox in Game 2 in the fourth quarter compared to Game 1, and I do expect somebody with his resume to show up big time on the road in Game 3, and I do expect him to be the leader and the all-star that he has been all season for the San Antonio Spurs, obviously Game 1 notwithstanding.
I'll say this. I get the Jalen Brunson, and he's the greatest Knick ever, and people just like over the top. But I'm looking at the finals, and I'm sorry. If it ended today, Cat would be the MVP, not Brunson.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
David, am I wrong?
Well, Rob, here's what's scary for the San Antonio Spurs. Karl Anthony Towns, to your point, has been the best New York Knick in both of these games. You know how many combined fourth quarter points he has in NBA Finals Game 1 and Game 2?
0.
Yes, sir.
I know, because he only had 4 in the second half of Game 2.
Right.
I get it.
Right. 100%, Rob, because he had 19 points by the time we were at the 11:30 mark of the third quarter in Game number 2, and they go away from him. Now, to your point, Jalen Brunson, we know he's only shooting 33% in the NBA Finals, but He's also got 13 fourth-quarter points in game number 1, 8-0 run by himself, and then he had the 5 most important points for the New York Knicks in game number 2. While efficiency and Jalen Brunson are not going to go hand in hand so far in this NBA Finals, without question, he has been the closer. And I don't want to create all kinds of, ludicrous statements on your particular program. I'm not saying he had the same athleticism, the same skill set, but what he does have in common with guys like Kobe and MJ is that closer mentality. You always feel like the brighter the lights are, the bigger the stage is, the game tends to slow down for him. And we are seeing that on the game's biggest stage right now.
But that's what was so weird when he missed that free throw that left the door open for the Spurs. How surprised were you at that? I was shocked.
He just knew all the conversations surrounding Game 3 and Donald Trump, so he wanted to keep things interesting.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
and the last point, going to what Rob was saying with Karl-Anthony Towns, everything you said makes sense. The only thing I'll add in favor of Cat, if it just happened to end today, he'd be the MVP, is also the good defense he's played on Wemby for most of the time he's been on him. Obviously, Wemby he's not going to stop him all the time, but that's a huge difference. He stayed out of foul trouble for the most part. He got a couple of bad ones. I don't think this game, too, they should have called. But he's been good on that end as well, and I think that's what adds the extra little bit. If I was a voter, I would give it to him. You're right, Brunson has closed these games, but
it would go to Brunson, I'm telling you.
That's just what sports do.
Yep.
I thought we saw Iguodala win it when it should have been LeBron first.
No.
Steph second.
Oh, you're talking about 2015. I love it. You know what? That still, to me, this day haunts me. That Andre Iguodala held LeBron James to what, 33
a game, and they were like, "Well, that's the guy."
Hey, they made him work for it. He made LeBron work for it. That was it.
Yeah, I know. And listen, who are we kidding? Matthew Dellavedova should have been 4th in Finals MVP in that particular NBA Finals, right? But you know what's amazing? And this isn't talked about enough, gentlemen. You look at this New York Knicks starting lineup. All 5 of these starters, which is quote unquote the best starting lineup in the NBA according to most NBA experts at this point. None of them were their team's first choice moving forward. Obviously, famously with Jalen Brunson, with Dallas allowing him to walk. Minnesota Timberwolves to make a conference finals for the first time in 20 years. What's Cat's partying gift? Okay, we're going to trade you.
Yep.
Obviously, we know Mikal Bridges. The Suns didn't feel like he was the answer long term. Toronto didn't feel like OG was the answer long term. Josh Hart, whether it was the Lakers, whether it was the Pelicans, and the fact that all of these guys are on their second act and gelling and unifying the way they are with the New York Knicks on an historic 13-game win streak. Only one other team has done that in the history of the postseason, and that was a dynastic team in the Golden State Warriors, the last dynasty we have had in the NBA. This is the most surprising playoff run we have ever seen in our lifetime. Not a single player from the New York Knicks making an All-NBA first team, and they're about to reel off the most dominant 13-game stretch, soon to be 15-game stretch, we have seen in the history of the NBA playoffs.
And when they lose the next 4, you know what? I'm going to come on here, David. I'm going to say all those teams were right. Remember that, all right? All right, buddy.
Hey, appreciate it, Chef. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Rob, Kelvin, thanks so much for having me, gentlemen. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy Game 3.
All right, Game 3 getting ready to start. We'll keep you updated on it as the tip-off happens. And also, there's some other
in my mouth.
You did throw up in my mouth. There's some other NBA news, too, by the way. I know it's all finals. There's a big player that might make a move. There's some scuttlebutt, as you say, about it. We'll give you that as well. It's The Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday, Fox Sports Radio.
We got news. We got a little NFL news today. Basically, Rob G, the NFL and the Bears, we're hearing news about their new stadium.
Yeah, it's not the kind of news you want, though, if you're a Bears fan. Let me tell you that right now. Now, as you guys know, they've been trying to get a new stadium for years now. For years. They don't like Soldier Field.
Keith, have you ever been to Soldier Field?
Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah, okay. And they put the spaceship covering over it and all that. They've remodeled it. They've done things. It's right down on the water there, Lake
Michigan.
Michigan.
Like it, though. They don't like it. They don't like it. And so they've been trying to get a new stadium in Arlington, trying to get a new stadium in downtown, trying to get a new stadium here, all over the place. Well, on Thursday, the Bears board of directors voted to advance a stadium development, not in Chicago, not even in the great state of Illinois. Instead, they want to cross the border into Hammond, Indiana. And the anticipation is, barring something really unforeseen, the Chicago Bears will eventually play their home games in a different state.
Here we go. We already saw the Kansas City Chiefs. Where did they go? They went to Kansas, right? They got a new stadium coming in Kansas. Kansas City, Kansas, right? Not Kansas City, Missouri. There are two. They're going across to get their new stadium. And now here comes the Bears. And I'm going to say this to you, Keith. And I believe this. And you're the perfect person to have on this. Being a kid who grew up in New Jersey and with the two football teams in New York. I think the Bears have all right. If they want to move to Indiana, go ahead, move to Indiana, go get the stadium you want, do whatever you want, but you can't take Chicago with you. You can't take Chicago, Keith. Chicago stays. Change your name to the Hammond Bears. Change your name to the Indiana Bears. Whatever you want to change it to, change it. You can't reap the benefits of being called Chicago and playing in Hammond, Indiana once you cross state lines. I've always said, as a kid who grew up in Queens, that the Jets and Giants should have been the Jersey Jets. They should have been the New Jersey Giants. As somebody who grew up in New Jersey, like the Nets, I covered the New Jersey Nets. They played in New Jersey. Where do you feel? Where are you on this? And is it disrespectful to the taxpayers in Indiana who are putting up the freight for this big brand new stadium, and you don't even want to be identified with the place where you're playing?
Yeah, let's go from New Jersey to Indiana to Chicago. First off, being in Jersey as a kid, I remember playing Madden. I remember playing the video game, and they're coming into East Rutherford, New Jersey. And as a kid, I'm like, why they don't rep us? There's two teams. Neither one could be New Jersey. I ended up being a Dallas Cowboys fan. Anywho,
so it bothered you, am I right? Didn't you? What didn't you say?
It was odd. I didn't know geography yet. I didn't even know where Dallas was. I didn't realize it was all the way in Texas. But hey, I don't have to rep them. There's no pride in repping the New York Giants, the New York Jets. They play in Jersey, but they don't claim us. Nah, I wasn't going that way. Nobody told me to go that way. And now you hear forever all of the people that have to come from Long Island to go see the Giants or Jets over there complain about going to those games. And when they're not good, that stadium is empty, whatever. You'll see how much of a mess it will be when FIFA comes to New York, New Jersey Stadium for the World Cup. Let's go to Indiana now. I've only been to Indiana one time. When I was staying in Chicago for 10 days with my homie and we got bored and we wanted to go to the casino. There's a casino out there called the Lucky Horseshoe Casino. I won $500. I left. And that's all I know about Indiana. Maybe they're trying to get closer to Bloomington to get that Hoosiers look after they won the national championship. I'm 100% right there with you. You cannot make them the Chicago Bears by way of Indiana. They cannot be the Indiana Chicago Bears. The thing about Soldier Field and the Chicago Bears and all that history and them playing outdoors on grass in that area of Chicago where they play is exactly that. It's windy over there. It's right by the water over there. The one time I went there, you can tailgate right out there in the parking lot. You come in, you see the historic stuff. Like, they got to revamp that place. They got to figure something out with that. Chicago is a city that is steeped in tradition. They don't think that they're the second city to New York. They love their sports teams, from the Chicago Bulls to the Blackhawks to the Chicago Cubs. Some people like the White Sox. Moving the Chicago Bears with Caleb Williams to Indiana, I don't care how great the stadium is. I think that's an L. I don't think that's the right move.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Magic City Monday. Shout out to David Shepard, joined us. Appreciate that. We'll get that up on the pod. It is Game 3 NBA Finals. Currently sitting at 11-5. Spurs up, 8:22 left in the first. Knicks look very nervous, Rob, in the beginning. They were throwing turnovers and acting antsy.
The only thing I'm going to say here that I like, Wemby has, Rob G, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he has 3 baskets all at the rim.
Oh, yeah, a couple layups and a dunk.
Right, no settling for
threes and
perimeters
deep shots,
and all that.
or just letting it come. Sometimes it's not that he's doing anything bad. He's just like,
right.
I'll just go with the flow and I'll just kind of wait my turn.
But it should
sometimes
be right
it's
there.
like, dude, you gotta you force this. It's you. You're great. So yeah, 11-5. We'll keep you updated. And the thing we were talking about that was interesting was going to be, of course, the reception they showed President Trump in the beginning of the game
during the national anthem, right? With the salute.
Yep, Rob G. We wanted to hear how it sounded.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fire.
Maybe about 65, I'm about to say 65-35, boo.
And that was when they showed him, because there was a shot on ABC, and I'm sure all the monitors and everywhere, they showed him saluting during the national anthem. So there's their one, I guess, cutaway if they want to get their license renewed, the television. So I'm just
You ain't, man, you lucky I can't say some of the things I'm
don't
saying.
say nothing.
Yeah,
you got another job you got to go to, but you get my point.
I get your point. Point is very well taken.
That's
we had a conversation on the news today about
Rob
that
G,
with CBS.
Are you surprised? I mean, I don't think Kelvin and I are surprised at all. Like I expected it to be mixed. Yeah, mixed bag.
Right. Yeah. Right. If he was at a UFC event, it would be all cheers.
It would be all cheers.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Brunson missed some free throws too, by the way. You called that out earlier. And it's supposed to be the UFC fight this Sunday?
Yeah.
Is it this Sunday?
Yeah. On the front lawn of the White House. Have you seen images of the D.C. right now? The White House, just the whole, what they call it? The mall there and all of that. It is a construction site. It looks insane. I don't know if you've seen it.
I'm going to be honest. When they first started to do the ballroom or the construction or what, I thought it was AI.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I looked at that. I was like, that's not real, is it? Because I didn't think that you could touch the White House. I was stunned by that.
Well, therein lies the challenge. Some people say you're supposed to vote these things, let people vote in on where the money goes.
I didn't know that you could like destroy or touch. Like, I thought that was like a sacred building that could not be
like
renovated.
A monument.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I was shocked when it was destroyed in the back.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to get some congressional, voting on that and passing things. But yeah, so here we are. Spurs look good, by the way.
And another
Wemby,
basket
one
at the basket.
He's playing very aggressive. You can tell either he himself or Mitch Johnson, their coach, made it a point to say, nah, man, we're not about to let you just be out here just floating around like you're not Wemby. He's 4 for 4 right now with the free throw now, so 9. But more importantly than anything, as you mentioned, it's the effort. It's the not just letting it. To me,
not settling.
You go. Like taking it, being aggressive. And the Knicks, to me, they look like we're at home. We're nervous. This game means a lot. The way they've played the first, they're turning over. Brunson's missing free throws. They look a little like, this moment means a lot. The whole city's excited. The whole city is here. Everybody, Derek Jeter's here. Eli Manning sitting next to him.
Larry David. It's the who's who.
Jay-Z's there with the fro. He said no more locks. Timothy Shalalala is there like always. So you can just tell they feel it. Like this means a lot to them. So great start for the Spurs right now. We'll see if they keep that up.
I think people forget the Spurs aren't here by accident.
Games.
I know.
160 games. There's some gambling and some wins to discuss. Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Nice start for the Spurs in Game 3 of the NBA Finals at New York tonight. Knicks leading this best-of-7 series 2-0, and they've won 13 straight this postseason. But the Spurs are leading at New York 24-13 with about 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 10 of 13 shooting for San Antonio to start the game. Meanwhile, the Knicks have 3 early turnovers. Josh Hart with a couple of three-pointers. The rest of the team is 3 for 8 from the floor. Again, a lead for the Spurs, 24-13 24-13 in the first period. The Atlanta Hawks gave Coach Quinn Snyder a multi-year contract extension. The LA Kings' new hockey coach will be Peter Laviolette. A judge in Texas gave Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby an injunction to play this season. He had been ineligible after gambling. The NCAA has appealed, and there's baseball on FS1, seventh-inning stretch. Guardians over the Yankees 5-4. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 here on the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday.
Oh!
Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installations. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And don't forget, you can watch us here on YouTube. Just check it out. A lot of people watch. A lot of people have subscribed. You can do so as well. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up icon and comment away. So a lot of time to go to get to in this final hour. Of course, last call as well. So far, we just talked about it. Good start for the Spurs.
For Spurs, for sure.
Yeah, just the way the game is going, the way they're playing, Wemby being aggressive, Rob G, all of his shots, right? I mean, I know he hadn't made the last 2 shots, I think. Is he 4 for 4 or 4 for 6?
He is 4 for 5 right now.
4 for 5.
9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block shot. Game high plus 11, but he's getting his usual break, and that's led to back-to-back Nick buckets.
Yeah.
And former Laker Josh Hart trying to start a fight with Luke Cornett right under the rim.
Well,
he should because of Magic City. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well,
we're all fighting Cornett at this point.
He thought that what's the big fella
Cornett.
Cornett ran it. It was literally nothing. He didn't.
No, it was incidental.
He was coming to go get the rebound, and he just kind of ran into him. But Josh Hart's back. He didn't really realize, so he thought he pushed him down. 7-point lead for the Spurs. 3:24 left. Couple of observations. You mentioned Josh Hart. You mentioned thumbs up icon. Josh Hart is playing well for the Knicks. And we know that I was going to say I slid that joke.
Yeah, I got it.
But
I don't want it, but I got it.
But he is going to get that shot. The way Wemby is playing, I'm going to be back here. So Josh Hart, he's got to take that shot. Like, he has to shoot it. You got to shoot it confidently. He's knocked down a couple of threes because Wemby wants to be down. He wants to protect the paint, protect the middle of the floor, and that's just a shot they're going to give up. Caruso got a bunch of those looks too. He made a bunch, missed some as well, but Josh Hart has to do that. And but Wemby absolutely is doing what he's supposed to do, playing down low. So we'll see how this is not, last few minutes go.
Because the first 2 games, his first halves have been bad.
Yeah, 4 shots the whole half.
Right? And we just talked about it with Shep. And look, they already in 8 minutes he has 4 shots, and you have 4 shots.
So what?
Right?
Okay, here's the thing. I know we got another topic we'll get to real quick. What I don't understand is some things in life, and Rob G, help me out here too, Rob, both of y'all. Some things in life are just sitting there, the obvious answer. This isn't like let's see.
It doesn't work.
He's
like
Paolo Banchero or something. I'm trying to work my way. Hello.
But it doesn't work. You would think so. But things like that don't always go that way. I'll never forget the Tigers played I think it was 2006?
6 or 9, I think.
When they played the Cardinals in the World Series. And real quick, I'm in Jim Leland's office before the start of the World Series. He says, Albert Pujols is not going to beat us. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not going to let Albert Pujols beat us. First inning of Game 1 of the World Series, in Detroit. Runner on second, 2 outs. First base is open, and here comes Albert Pujols.
No, you got to give him that.
What would you do?
First is for you, big homie. All yours. We got 2 outs?
2 outs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let the next guy, and then I have a force at any base, and he's not as good as I don't care who was coming up. Not as good
that
as,
era, Albert Pujols. No.
What happened? 2-run home run, Albert Pujols.
Never recovered.
Never. I'm serious. It was in the first inning of Game 1 of the World Series. But anyway, you would think it would have been obvious, and you would make those adjustments, do what you should do, but it doesn't always happen. All right, Rob G., we do need to talk about this because this was big news.
Oh, yeah.
In college football.
Yeah, the hits just keep on coming for the NCAA. This one is a big one, though. You guys remember Texas Tech star quarterback Brendan Sorsby. He made waves about a month ago, right, when he was ruled ineligible by the NCAA after they discovered he had wagered approximately $90,000, which is Rob's Magic City fund for the year.
Were they all in singles?
That's what I heard. On professional and college sports wagering over 4 years, including 40 bets involving Indiana football when he was on the team in 2022. Okay, so he was going to be suspended forever, basically. And what did he do? He did what all these young kids do nowadays. Got his attorneys involved. They filed a lawsuit against the NCAA. And on Monday, a judge granted a temporary injunction against the NCAA that would clear the way for him to play this upcoming season. The only, I guess, caveat is they mutually agreed that he would sit out the first 2 games as punishment.
Okay. And I know people will take a look at the player, Sorsby, right? And it's his fault, and the NCAA is right in that he should be suspended, shouldn't be able to play college football. But guess what?
What's that?
You got the wrong guy here because I'm telling you that it's not Sorby's fault. This is where we are, Kelvin, with the NCAA, college football, all these sports, and the idea of getting in bed with gambling. So this has been made before. It was such a taboo. And now that it's easy in your mobile device, it's easy to do. Why wouldn't you take advantage of it? You know what I mean? Like I can control the game. I can make things happen. And there's money to be made. Kelvin, have you watched and read some of the reports on players throwing games for $2,000? It ain't
$200,000.
It's $2,000. And now the NCAA has a problem because of what this judge just did, right? There's a problem. Look at what they did with Sorsby. What are they going to do to me? Right? All they got to do is sue the NCAA. They have zero. They have nothing. They don't have anything as far as leverage or power or something. They opened this can of worms. We've seen players now. Everybody's doing it. In the NBA, there's an NBA head coach who was involved, right? The gambling aspect. I'm telling you, I wish I could blame the kids. I'm not going to blame the kids. I'm going to blame the institution. I remember the days when Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays couldn't represent Major League Baseball. They were retired players. Casinos open in New Jersey, Kelvin. You know what the baseball said? If you do that, you can't wear a uniform. You can't come to opening day. You can't be associated with baseball. When I was a kid, there's no way I ever would have believed that Las Vegas would have a football team, right? A hockey team.
WNBA team.
WNBA. Well, definitely WNBA. I definitely didn't think that. They're building a baseball stadium on the Strip.
And basketball.
For the A's, and basketball's coming. This is what I'm saying to you. It was taboo. Once they took the gambling money and they got in bed with gambling, this is what you're going to have. You think this is the beginning? It's the tip of the iceberg. You think he's the only college player who's gambling?
We've already known that. We've already that's been exposed. We already know there's been college basketball. There's been obviously some college football. We're fully aware of this. What makes it interesting, though, Rob, is to me the reasoning for the judge's decision. The judge, listen to this. He emphasized that Sorsby needed eligibility to build the skills necessary to maximize his own success. And I'm going to continue here. And then he went on to say that, monetary damages couldn't remedy the harm of missing out elite coaching, training resources, and team membership. What that just said to me was there's absolutely no excuses, no consequences for being a part of what you mentioned with the gambling. This wasn't a bad day. This wasn't a singular game. They've got it that he's done. There are thousands of bets, specifically 40, in which the team he's a part of. 40. And so this wasn't just they caught him at Vegas being young and dumb and he put something. I get that, right?
He's like, I'm in control of this game.
This is what he's been doing for years. And so what makes this, again, is now you got other students, to your point, who are going to be a part of this go, well, if all he got, because what happens and what is it about law? Precedent. My wife's a lawyer. It's about precedent. And once a precedent is set.
That's what I'm saying.
Legal precedent set, other lawyers can go, look here. This is what happened with Sorsby.
You can't treat my kid any different.
You can't treat mine any different.
He's a college kid who didn't know what he was doing.
And they're going to be like, all right, well, he got caught up in this and that, but we don't want him to miss any time with the team. We don't want him to miss any game. He being around the team is good for him.
And the other thing that's just unbelievable is, like, they accepted the 2-game. Like they should have tried to wipe that out too.
Right. Like, at this point, might as well.
Right.
But I'll tell you why he accepted. Because listen to the 2 games. He was like, he'll obviously be a late first round, probably maybe a second round pick. Here are the 2 teams that he's going to be playing, by the way. He's going to miss Abilene Christian, and Oregon State. But he's going to return for the Big 12 opener against Houston.
Right, so he didn't miss anybody.
He ain't missed nothing.
They'll roll over those teams easily. Yep. They don't need him.
He'll miss nothing. He'll come back fresh, ready to go against Houston. Only miss a couple of games. And again, team will be competing. He'll be, if he played a similar season, maybe if he's a little bit better, late first round, something like that. But I just think I'm just blown away at the cavalierness in which the judge handled this. The way in which he's like, oh, it's nothing. What about him? He needs to be around good coaching. He needs to be around this. And again, I just talk about what this does for other players who you mentioned, who might have some gambling issues, who might look at their phone and start to partake, answer some calls, get a text. Man, all you got to do is your first 3 passes be incomplete. That happens.
That's all they want from you. That's all they want from you.
And then you join in on that thinking, I ain't going to get in trouble. He didn't. So I'm just blown away by the judge's decision more than anything. And to me, it's already scary. You already see, we've already done the studies that young men are getting into gambling more than ever because of the ease and access with the phones, because the way they make it so accessible and so easy to be a part of it, and to then not have a punishment come down. Because think about it, Rob. This is a starting quarterback for a relatively big college program who was projected to be a first-round, second-round pick. And if they said, you're missing this entire next season, that would have played, oh, shoot. A whole season missed?
Right.
He's a relatively a star player?
And it might have
some type of effect.
Exactly.
I'm not saying there's too many college players. There's thousands and thousands.
Because you know that even with the penalties and even the general population doesn't stop crime. Like, you know what I mean? Even though
somebody go to jail for life, somebody still kill somebody
and it's
or
still
get drunk driving or fill in the blank.
Exactly.
But I just thought if a star quarterback misses a whole year, at least it puts a little bit of pause in you. But him getting essentially nothing, and while the NCAA still does their investigation, it's kind of like, okay, well then why not?
All right, 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6361. What'd I say? 6361.
I'm be honest with you, I don't even.
Did I give out my number?
I don't know. Did you give out your
877-99 on Fox. 877-996.
They're about to light you up.
63.
I'm sick of you yelling at me when I make my calls, Rob.
69 is the.
They about to call you, and they're going to say, bump Rob G. Screen in my call. I'm calling you directly.
Is the number. And where are you on this? Who you blaming? Is this all on the kid? All right. So how much blame does the NCAA deserve on this Sorsby scandal? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on this Magic City Monday. right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Ew, America.
That's right.
Little duet, stick and stay.
There you go. Hey, yeah, thank you. Kelvin, when M Drive first came to me, I'll be honest.
What's that?
I hadn't heard of it.
Oh, I hadn't either, to be honest with you. But then, of course, me and you, we started to pay attention to where we were and what was going on with our bodies.
No doubt, same. And after 40, I just got over the hump there, right?
Yeah,
Energy drops.
Barely 40.
Weight won't move. The gym stops giving back what you put in.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to think, man, I'm doing some of the things I do normally. What's going on? Is it me?
It's not. It's testosterone. Did you hear me?
Yes.
It's testosterone. It declines after 40. And it takes everything with it.
That's math. Big facts. And M-Drive is built exactly for that. So what we do is you wake up, you get a couple of capsules, you take them every morning, or you can take the powder, put it in a milkshake, put it in a smoothie. That's what I like to do. Shout out to Alex. He usually makes them for us too. With clinically tested ingredients that support healthy testosterone, energy, and metabolism.
Here's what got me. A scientist named Gary Kehoe built this thing almost 20 years ago for himself after feeling the same change.
So I mentioned it. We're both trying to get healthy. We're working on our bodies right now, and M-Drive is definitely a part of that.
Over 1 million men have used it.
60-day money-back guarantee.
We're in the middle of this, and so far, I got to say.
What's that? It's been working.
It is. No doubt about it. mdriveformen.com. Code COUPLE, and you get 20% off your first order.
Don't sleep on 20% off. You better take advantage. mdriveformen.com.
M-Drive for men who still show up. Hey, Kelvin.
What's that?
Go get M-Drive.
There was a congressional, I wouldn't call it a hearing, but a meeting, I guess, took place earlier today. And it was all focused around what's going on in the world of college sports. As you guys know, we talked about it last week. There is a Protect College Sports Act that has been presented where they'd like Congress to get involved and police the world of college athletics. Today, Nick Saban met with the Congress. Here's a snippet.
Congress does not need to micromanage college athletics. There's lots of people out there that can help us do that. Congress does need to fix the mess, and the courts create a national framework so people inside college sports can enforce fair rules. Without legal certainty, every rule becomes another lawsuit, every standard becomes another risk, and the system keeps drifting toward the professional model.
The last person I want to hear from is Nick Saban. You mean the guy who quit after he was able to undermine the system? All of his kids had these cars and all this stuff. They were like it wasn't above. It wasn't NIL money, Kelvin, but those players happened to be doing pretty well down there, and he won all his championships. These guys got some nerve to come in, and now they want to regulate. They could have done it in the beginning, Kelvin, right? If they would have made the system and cut in the players on all these billions of dollars that they make from television revenue, we wouldn't be here. But they were so damn greedy. And now all the old guard have to show up and say, stop these guys from making money. This isn't my system. Nick Saban, you quit. You walked away. You don't deserve to have any say. You're not in college football anymore. Retire already. Stay on television. The idea that he's going to be the guy to speak up? Where's the provision to stop? Let's have a profits cap on the NCAA and the colleges. You can only make 6% on your money. Let's have a cap and stop these college coaches making gazillion dollars and walking out on the kids. Address that, Nick Saban. These kids have been taken advantage of forever. with a crooked system. The NCAA, for as long as I've been alive, has been organized crime. Organized crime. You guys work, we collect the money, and you get nothing. God forbid you get a free pizza. They threw the kids out of school, Kelvin, for getting a free pizza or a tattoo or giving up their warm-up jersey. And these guys now talk about they want the federal government to step in. Poppycock, Boulder Dash. Don't listen to Nick Saban.
Listen, I don't have much to add. We had the same ideal on this. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Now Nick Saban, who used to sit up there, Rob, what he would have when he do a press conference? A big old Coke bottle. Because you know what? Yep. Coke was allowed to give him all the money. You know what else he was allowed to do near in the Alabama area? Have a bunch of car dealerships that he owns. He was able to thrive off all this, make millions upon, not like $1 million. I get it, okay, you got to get paid. You're running a college football program. No, tens of millions of dollars any way you want, endorsements up the wazoo. Him and Deion Sanders got the Aflac commercials. And now all of a sudden that the kids are getting paid. And yes, I do believe that it's a little wild right now and you can kind of find a way to maybe structure a little bit. But the idea to act like it's some national emergency and it's run amok that we've had a few years of a little chaotic. It's a little chaotic right now. They're still trying to find their footing and figure it out. But that this would be the guy that's like, yo, we needed to put a stop to. And Rob, you know what I view it as too? Nick Saban, one of the all-time greatest coaches of all time. But you know what I equate it to as well? Nick Saban quit when everybody was on the same footing, Rob.
Yep.
The minute now that everybody was like, oh, bet, so I can have some donors, I can have some boosters paid, and we can figure out.
Now he didn't want to be a part of it anymore, right?
Now he would have maybe gotten smoked by a Kirk Cignetti or something. Now he's like, oh, no, this is getting too hard. I don't want to do it. Where I used to have a linebacker for 4 years who might only play one. Because he would just say, long as I can get that one season under Alabama, you know what I mean? Now he's like, shoot, I can go over there to Indiana. I can go to Kansas State or whoever's got some money for me. And so, again, it's just a different this him being the guy to do this, I just have issues with that.
Of all people.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Been a good one thus far. 40-33, Spurs up 7 with 8:38 left in the game. Actually make that 5. Carlton makes a tough layup there. They're cutting into this lead. And, by the way, we got, if you're skilled in manufacturing, skip the online job search nightmare. Express Employment Professionals connect skilled machinists, welders, and technicians with contract and full-time manufacturing jobs. So make sure you go check them out. And that evaporated quickly. It's now 40-38. Huge shot by OG Anunoby. 8-0 run, last minute 20 for the Knicks. Timeout Spurs. All right. 877-99 on Fox. We're talking about Sorsby, of course, quarterback, Texas Tech, and all the gambling and betting that he had done. Eventually goes to see a judge. Judge says, oh, that's crazy, but don't worry about it, just the 2 games. And no real trouble after that, Rob. And the judge said that he needs to be around the team. He's going to miss out on skilled building and all that, which is crazy to basically get somebody to not punish you, but almost reward you for gambling and doing all types of bad stuff.
That's where we
thousands
are,
of bets and 40 with that had to do with his team. That's what makes it crazy. You said NCAA is just in bed with the gambling. This is where we are. I'm blown away at the leniency of this judge. Where are you? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Dre, in Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Y'all good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. And like I told Rob, I hate to be that guy, but we know I know other players might get away with it, but I suggest the brother players don't try that. Because we know it's just like a couple years ago when that young man killed those 4 people drinking and driving. The judge said, well, because where he grew up, he didn't know right from wrong.
Yeah,
But when that swimmer, he assaulted that young girl, and the judge said, well, I think prison would be too hard for him.
Yeah.
So certain people get certain protections, but that's a travesty. I'm not even blown away because we see this stuff happen in society every day. But didn't he forfeit the right to good coaching? Didn't he forfeit the right to be around that
you
environment?
would think so, breaking the rules.
You broke the rules.
Yeah.
You broke the rules. So
would
you
think so.
forfeited that.
Right. But and I get your point, and I'm not at all disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying now where we are with gambling, there's a blurred line. There used to be like no ifs, ands, or buts when it came to gambling, Dre.
Well, it's not really blurred, though, because the rules are firm. Don't do it. The gambling is for the fans, not for the players.
No, but
Just
I'm
like,
saying,
but
the temptation of it. I know what you're saying. It used to
life has temptations,
No,
it's up to you to resist it.
There were I'm not saying there weren't as many. I'm telling you, there's way more than this kid.
Well, I think both of you guys are what both of you saying, right? Appreciate the call. Is that obviously there's always something that you're not supposed to do, and therefore you don't do it, even with the temptation out there. But to Rob's point, I think the ease in which now, with it just being simple as an app on your phone, with it being accessible, and some things are accessible in all states. And it just
you just have to go to Las Vegas to place
there was a much seedier feeling to gambling, right? It felt much more
bookie,
taboo, bookie,
that.
underground. Now it's just the ease of an app on your phone and this, that, and the other. So to me, I get what you're saying, that it's just easily and readily available now.
All right, Rob G, you got an update?
We got an update on this story coming down from Pete Thamel, ESPN, longtime college football reporter, reporting now Big Ten officials are going to discuss in the upcoming days a league-wide mandate to not play Texas Tech in any sports in the wake of this ruling.
Wow.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Okay.
The Big Ten officials are going to get together in the coming days to discuss a league-wide mandate that would allow none of their sports to play Texas Tech in wake of this.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's actually that's big. I'm not
All
gonna
that
lie.
means is a clearer path to the championship for the Red Raiders.
All right, we ain't got to play no good teams.
Play no good Big 12 only. Oh yeah, we going undefeated.
Man,
all right.
Dang, okay.
How about Trucker Don in Boston? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trucker Don?
Toot toot.
Hi guys, thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I missed this show the whole last week. I was on vacation visiting my son out in Virginia. He's on an aircraft carrier at Norfolk, and I went and visited my grandbabies.
Very nice. Thank you.
We'll allow you missing us for that.
Yes.
We'll allow it.
And thank you, son,
I
for his
appreciate it.
service.
First time in I will do that. First time in a long time. I miss you guys. It felt strange. It's really odd. My favorite show. You guys know that, and I appreciate you guys. So. I wanted to weigh in on this thing with the gambling, and in light of what Rob G just reported, with them not playing any Texas Tech teams at all, I think that punishes the wrong people. It punishes his teammates and everybody else, whereas the school should recognize that and say, hey, you're not playing. It should be that simple.
Yeah, that would be interesting to your point. If the school says, hey, we understand – with courts, but we can make our own decisions or something. I don't know. That something has to happen, right? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Like kids have been suspended for being late to tutoring. Kids have been hanging out too much or smoked some weed on a weekend at a frat house party or something. And I'm not advocating, but I'm saying like stuff happens in college. And the idea that you gambled thousands of times, 40 with your own team, and nothing really happened? It's crazy.
One more. Andre in Mississippi. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Andre?
Guys, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Hey, let's get real, guys. This is not college sports no more. This is semi-pro ball. Let's go and get real.
It ain't even semi-pro. It's pro. You get paid to play. It's pro.
Think about this. Think about this for a minute. Since we're talking about the NBA Finals, you got a guy that played in the G League had a chance to come back and play with the University of Alabama.
Well, I was big mad at that. Me and Rob got into it about that. I was big mad about that. That didn't make no sense to me.
So why are we calling this college sports? What Texas Tech needs to do is just make him wear number 14 jersey and put Rose on his back and let him walk around like he's Pete Rose. That's it. This is pro sports, baby.
It is pro sports. I'm with you, Andre.
So we might as well just stop calling it college.
Right.
I'm out.
No doubt.
All
But
right,
the only thing is,
it.
even in pro sports, you got stuff you still not supposed to do.
If this was pro sports, he wouldn't be allowed to play. Because there's a governing body that would say, hey, you broke the rules.
That's
you
what I
can't
just
do
said.
that.
There's
And
still rules
in this
in
case,
pro
the guy's like,
sports.
no, I'm just going to appeal it, and it's going to harm my chance to earn money. So
But you just missed something. The college, they don't have a collective bargaining.
Exactly.
The only
That's a good point.
reason why the pros wouldn't play is because it's already that the commissioner has authority that you've given them in that collective bargaining. And that's what they don't have. They don't have a union. There's no collective bargaining, so it's the Wild West.
Yeah.
And so the players, that's why.
The NCAA doesn't even control their own championship playoff.
They don't. It's the networks.
But then the college students tried to get a collective bargain.
And
they
their
couldn't.
committee. Right.
So I appreciate the calls on this, everybody. We'll give you an update. In fact, I'm not going to give it to you because Steve DeSager is going to give you an update on this game.
Don't take his job.
Nah.
His job.
He's got it.
6 minutes to go, second quarter. We're talking about Game 3 of the NBA Finals at New York. On the whole, a very good first half for the Spurs. They're now only up 42-40 at the Knicks. 13 points in 13 minutes on the court for Stephon Castle of San Antonio. 9 early points for Victor Wembanyama, none since. Spurs are shooting 55% from the floor. Leading scorer for the Knicks so far, the 12 points of OG Anunoby. 2-0 Knicks lead in this best of 7. Knicks have won 13 straight. Their last loss was over a month and a half ago. New York will host Game 4 on Wednesday. The Atlanta Hawks gave Coach Quinn Snyder a multi-year contract extension. The LA Kings' new hockey coach will be Peter Laviolette. A judge in Texas did give Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby an injunction to play this season. He had been ineligible after gambling. The NCAA has already appealed, and Georgia, for one, has instructed its coaches not to schedule Texas Tech in any sport now. The Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett reported for the start of mandatory minicamp. He wants a new contract. He had skipped voluntary workouts. Cards linebacker Josh Sweat also reported the Chiefs are signing defensive back L'Jarius Sneed. U.S. Soccer opens its World Cup schedule this Friday night on Fox TV in L.A. against Paraguay. Today in Southern California, defender Chris Richards did return to full practice. He'd missed both of the recent exhibitions with an ankle injury. As for Major League Baseball, there's a game on FS1 tonight, and it's tied in the bottom of the 8th at Cleveland. Guardians and Yankees even at 5. Seattle got a grand slam from Josh Naylor and won 6-3 at Baltimore. Tampa Bay a 3-1 winner against Boston. Coming up in a half an hour, the A's are hosting Milwaukee in Las Vegas. The A's are playing all week at the stadium of their AAA affiliate northwest of Vegas. By the way, Alabama and Oklahoma, after lightning delays yesterday, each concluded playoff games today, each advanced to the College World Series. Alabama eliminated St. John's 7-2. Oklahoma won 8-1 Saturday, 13-2 today over Kansas. So 5 of the 8 teams still alive are from the SEC. Again, updating Game 3 of the NBA Finals. It's Spurs 49-44 at New York now. About 5 minutes to go. Second quarter, back to you.
Steve, thank you. We got a good one going here, Steve. Game 3, NBA Finals.
Rob G, did you see that Castle got fouled twice before he made the shot?
He went straight to the ref and said, how? How is that not a foul?
He didn't get twice. They grabbed his arm, and then at the basket, there was contact.
You know what? I was just telling Rob, and this odd couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Magic City Monday. Rob G, you might feel me. I was just telling Rob, I think Castle, one thing he's going to have a problem throughout his career, he's a massive contact initiator. He's strong. He bulldozes into guys, and he makes a lot of tough layups with that. I wonder if refs are going to be – I'm less likely to give you, some fouls because I'm letting you bulldoze and run into guys. I think he's going to get something.
That didn't stop LeBron in his career.
But that's why LeBron didn't get a lot of calls. And he's like, I'm getting hit because he's in.
You know what I'm saying? He used to run people just straight out like Mac.
Rookie,
oh
like the first handful of years of him as well. All right, our couple on this here Magic City Monday. And Josh Hart, what you call him? You're excited about him, your former Laker?
Former Laker Josh Hart, a.k.a. Josh Barkley.
Yeah, He is out here rebounding.
Getting all the rebounds.
My goodness. Him, Westbrook, Rondo, Jason Kidd, just some of the guards, smaller guys who just rebound really, really well for their size.
And, coming into this game, the big news, of course, Donald Trump going to be in attendance, which he was, smattering of booze there when he got introduced. Traffic congestion was bad. TSA security was bad. But even before that, before it was confirmed that Trump would be in attendance, we knew the ticket prices were obscene. And credit to one Josh Hart for speaking up about it over the weekend. Take a listen.
The environment, the atmosphere is going to be electric, obviously, and we're happy that we're at home and, we have them at our back. I kind of wish the ticket prices weren't as crazy as they are. I feel like a lot of people who are been waiting for this moment for a very long time, unfortunately aren't able to get into the building with the cheapest ticket, $7,000-$8,000. So it's just, that's ridiculous. It should still be rocking, but obviously we wish those were a little cheaper.
Hey, I love it. It's just straight facts. He knows it. He's an NBA player making millions, and he knows the average Joes can't pay no $10,000 to sit in the nosebleeds, can't put in the auction for the $1 million bid for 2 celebrity row seats. Tickets some going for $53,000. Are you kidding?
No, it's crazy. And what I love about him and some of the questions that they've asked Karl Anthony Towns, they're like, "Oh, well, how great is this? How cool celebrity row?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's great, but I feel like every Knick fan in here is a celebrity." His point was, they come in here, they cheer us, they support us, we feel them. And to hear Josh Hart again, man, I wish the average Joe can get in here. Can that guy who works at my bodega, can that guy who is my UPS driver, can that guy who's just, whatever you may be, different walks of life, can they have an opportunity to come see the team they love? They have, that guy that's maybe 63 and hasn't seen the team win since he was, 10 or 11 or something like that. And I think that I love to hear guys like that speak out because they don't have to. They can just be in their own little bubble of millionaire world. But to acknowledge the small man, acknowledge the everyday man and woman who support them, who love this team, I just think is really cool. And I appreciate Josh Hart and guys like that speaking up, saying it, because what we have done, Rob, both of y'all, we've gotten to a place where we're pricing out the average fan to everything. You want to go see Beyonce? Cool. I hope you got $1,500, $1,000, whatever. You want to go see Taylor Swift? Cool. I hope you got $800, $900, dollars. You want to go see Bruno Mars? You want to go see Hamilton or some big play? I mean, we're getting to the place where if you're not very well off, me and you talk about this all the time. NFL games.
Ridiculous.
Parking, 4 tickets.
$125 to park.
$200-something, $300 for per ticket.
$12 Diet
beers
Cokes.
And Cokes. It's just, and you end up being in a situation where you're like, man, can the average fan, average Joe, average Jane go to a game at this point? And I just think we're pricing out. Everything shouldn't be elite. If you're not the haves, 1%, then you can't go to things. That's not fair to the average person and most Americans.
And I'll tell you this. I think I might have shared this story
What's
before,
that?
Rob G. You might remember. I'm not sure if I have. But I remember 2005, after the Pistons won the championship, and Larry Brown came to my barbershop, and he brought 2 tickets to give to somebody in the barbershop.
Oh, nice.
And he was just like, I want to give it to some of the fans who are the real fans who can never really get in. Do you know what I mean? And even he valued like the idea that we know this time is coming, and all the big wigs and all the people with all the money, they get to go to the games. And that's why you've also heard sometimes like the crowds aren't as good in the postseason because you don't have the regular fans who are there. Is that the case with the Lakers over the years? Like the real fans not getting in all the time?
Yeah, real fans haven't been able to, the regular fan hasn't been able to go to a Laker game in like 15 years.
And you're a big example of that.
Yeah,
because I was disappointed the last time.
When I went to the last game I went to was the last playoff game, Western Conference Finals, Lakers Suns, and I sat on the top deck in the very front row there, and it was, I think, $100 or $200 a ticket. Now, if I try to go to a game like that in the first round, you're looking at $400 to $500 to sit at the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just, and the craziest part about it is, it's not like everyone's salary's gone up and all the money is just sky high. Okay, Wemby's got
that. Did you see that, Rob G? Did you see that?
Wemby's got to relax. He just
But it's
nice.
It's that easy, and it should
He jumped 2 inches. Nice pick and roll from De'Aaron Fox. He rolled, and De'Aaron just threw it up, and he just hit a nice
and that's what it should be
putback.
right there. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think they've explored that enough. Him on the pick and roll yet. Every time that's going to be a foul on somebody, yeah. Good game, though, 54-50. But I just thought that was really cool that Josh Hart would, you know what I mean? Like, he just, hey, man, regular people matter. Regular folks matter. Guys are trying to come to these games, and fans and women.
And these fans in New York, for real, I've told you, they're dying. 1973 is a long time to want to celebrate something. That's why the crowds are outside.
Yeah, well,
that's why
tonight.
all these young people are out there, because they've never experienced it other than the Yankees winning, right?
Yep.
They really haven't experienced it. And again, the Knicks are the unifying team.
Yeah.
They're the only team in New York that unifies the city.
That's a good point. Because some people Mets or
Yankees or Jets or Giants.
Yeah. No one really
Islanders,
thinks about
Rangers.
Brooklyn.
No.
Yeah.
Because they're not really in the equation of this.
Yep.
They're the new team. They were New Jersey. And when they were in the finals those 2 years in a row, people in New York, you think they cared? You couldn't even tell the finals was going on.
No. Nope. All right. Shout out to Josh Hart. 54-50. I think they're reviewing. Are they reviewing this, Rob G? Because Stephen Castle. Yeah, they're reviewing it. He I told you he's so strong. He just completely ran into bulldozed Jalen Brunson on purpose, and I think they're reviewing to see if it was flagrant for one, flagrant two. It was definitely not a flagrant two, but he may be a flagrant one, just because of how aggressive it was. We'll keep you updated on that as well. All right, on the way, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Last call if you've been trying to get in on the show. This is your chance to do so. 877-99 on Fox. Last call. Hit your boys up. Fox Sports Radio.
Becky Hammond, you'll recall a few years ago, she raised some eyebrows when she was on ESPN during the playoffs talking about Jalen Brunson. She said, quote, "If your best player is small, you are not winning." Well, now, flash forward to May 2026, Jalen Brunson is the quarterback of the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, but wait a minute. And the thing that kills me is now it's about Jalen Brunson, but you said it. When did the team turn around when Mike Brown made a change to where everything was facilitated through
Cat?
Okay,
Big
go ahead.
facts.
I'm just saying that, like you can't have it both ways. Like when they made that change, he played hero ball in those games in Atlanta, and they lost, and then he made the change. So is it the change or is it Jalen Brunson?
I think he's playing. They're playing better as a whole. He's still the guy. He's the.
But
engine.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah. But they finally found a better offensive way to get everybody involved.
So, of course, with the Knicks headed to the NBA Finals, Becky Hammond was asked about her infamous comments this week. Here's her response.
You're taking a little bit of grief from what you said about Jalen Brunson.
You are. I'm not big in that.
I never said, hey.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying.
No, I mean, I speak from experience, and I never, Allen Iverson got MVP, and he lost in the finals, and I think the two best teams are probably in the West. But I'm up for being proven wrong. And that's the other thing is I think Jalen Brunson's a hell of a player, hell of a player. I'm speaking historically on the NBA with what I said. I don't know why that's being brought, like why everybody's so stuck on that. I said it 2 years ago. I stand by it.
I'm letting you clear the air.
There's no air to be cleared. I said what I said. He proves me wrong. He proves me wrong. I mean, good for him. But I do think the two best teams are in the West.
We know who you like, right?
Oh, well, you know who I'm cheering for.
Hey, I'm with Becky. Becky, I'm with you. I stand with Becky. She's talking about historical. She is. We've talked about it before. She's not breaking any news. And when the Knicks lose with Jalen Brunson, is anybody going to go back to her and go, "Hey, Becky, you were right"? How many people going to go back to Becky and say she was right? No. So I'm glad that she didn't back down. She's not like some of the callers with Kelvin. You know what I'm saying?
Let me calling you back. Rob. Okay, you right, Rob. I'm sorry I called.
I don't have any issue with Becky. She's talking about historically. She's backed it up. Allen Iverson was an MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Allen Iverson did come to Los Angeles, Rob G, and win game 1 of the NBA Finals, right?
Stepped over Ty Lue.
And then what happened? Then
That was it.
That was it. That's all I'm saying. And it doesn't mean are the Knicks for sure going to win the NBA championship, and then you can put that to rest. And she said it. If he proves me wrong, I'll gladly acknowledge that he was right and I was wrong.
You know what I love about her? That she stood on business. She was on some Rob Parker. I call her Becky Parker right now. She was on her brand muffin bag. She was consistent with it. No, listen, she's right, and I want her to be so wrong. Just as a, not the tallest person in the world, formerly 4'11" in high school. I told you that. Thank God I grew some.
I can't believe you were 4'11".
I know. I can't believe it. I told
like,
you.
You had to be bullied, right? Did they bully
No.
you?
What? Come on now. See, now you took it too far.
Why?
Come on, man.
I would have bullied you if you were 4'11" in high school.
First of all.
I was 6'1".
First of all, your boy had hands.
Okay.
Second of all, your boy's charming. Are you kidding me? What was they bullying? You know what I'm saying? Third of all, I was cool with the ladies and the teachers and everybody was cool. I was cool. I was like
the girls thought you were like cute, right?
Well, the juniors and seniors, they just put me on the hip like a little baby. They said, now when you go through puberty, come here. You so cute when you get older. I was like, so yeah, juniors and seniors a little rough.
I can't imagine. I was never 4'11". I don't think.
Well, I think you were for a minute. I don't think you came out the womb 6'4". Okay, but I kept growing. So my point is, I wanted to be wrong, but history has proven we only really have, Rob, 2 examples. Zeke, which, as you know, you obviously spent all those years in Detroit. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke. And then Steph Curry more recently. That's really it. We have guys who were good. We have guys who gotten close. We have guys who were dominant. But those are the only 2. We got Steve Nash, back-to-back MVP. But he never got to the finals. We got Chris Paul.
There were a lot,
arguably the best player at point guard for a decade. He got to the finals when he was like third or fourth fiddle with the Suns, but I mean he never got there when he was with the good teams, when he was with the Rockets, when he was with the Clippers, never able to do it. Allen Iverson, as she mentioned, he got there. He was that guy for years. We know that. Never could quite pull it off. So I want her to be wrong, but unfortunately history has proven that she's right. This is Ephraim's walk-up music, Miss Mary Mack. Oh, my gosh. I don't even know who you are on this here Magic City Monday. You know why. I'll let you think about it. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Magic City Monday. The Knicks, what are they up now, 4? No. Is it 4?
6 or 7.
6 or 7? I kind of walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Carl
Wait,
Towns.
I just realized what you were talking about.
That's the line. They're up 63-57. We'll see if Cat makes this one with 9 seconds left. They close out on a big run for them to go up potentially 7 here if he makes his free throw. By the way, if you miss any of it is 7 now. If you miss any of today's show, be sure to check out the pod. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the pod, rate it 5 stars, provide a review, and again, just search The Odd Couple wherever you happen to get your podcast. Rob G is going to put up the best of version and also the full-length version as well so that you can stay up to date. Like it, share it, comment, all that good stuff. Hit us up on the pod. We appreciate it. All right, Rob, let's get to the last call. It is halftime. The 64-57, the Knicks are up. Don't try to do it now. It's too late, Mary. Last call. Let's get to it. Go! Wemby is insane. He touched the square of the backboard.
All right. Andre in Massachusetts, you are the last caller here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
You are.
How you doing?
Doing
Thanks
great.
For taking the call. Listen, Motown Philly back again, right? Doing a little East Coast swing, right?
these San Antonio Spurs, they're ready. They're ready to go from boys to men. They came out in this first quarter, balling, locked in, Castle, Vassell. And let me tell you something right now. The best rookie in the class of 2026 is a one Mr. Dylan Harper. We will discuss this more.
We might.
This young man is balling on the biggest stage, ice water in his veins. Nonetheless, La Cosa Nova, the New York Knicks, the Villanova Connect. That's what I've been saying. They have the experience. They weathered the storm, 42 points in the second quarter, taking a 7-point lead in the second half. That's the difference. I think it's going to go back and forth. I give San Antonio tremendous credit. They are standing tall, but this is a singular moment for the New York
Andre,
Knicks.
they could have been given the history where the Knicks are and the fanfare. The Spurs could have been run out of the building. And if you're a first half, they came out, they were composed. They know they can score. And if they get back to what they were doing with Wemby, that's part of what they got away from that. Wemby was unstoppable. I'm just saying that's a basket.
My concern would be that you gave, if I'm the Spurs, I'm saying we gave them our best shot.
First half.
Next thing I know,
first half.
Yeah, but that's how it's been, Rob. First half of the first game.
The Knicks were up by 14 and gave it up in the fourth quarter in 3 minutes.
But that was at home.
No, but I'm just saying, like
you know what I'm saying? You've lost 2 games at home.
Games are not. I just don't think that. Even in the first half, I get it. They play well. You would like to hold the game, hold the lead the entire way, but that's not how sports work.
It's not, but my point is Wemby played great.
He can play
Castle
better.
played great.
He can play better.
Harper played great, and I'm down 7. I don't like it if I'm Mitch Johnson. It ain't over.
That's 2 3-pointers. You're making it like the game is over. If you told me that they played their best and they're down by 15 at the half, I would buy into that. I would buy into that a lot more. 7 points is not enough.
I witnessed that, man. The Knicks came out shooketh the first couple of minutes.
It's just
what
a basketball game. I do want to put this out there. I don't know if you saw it, but I did announce that I have an NABJ scholarship.
Oh yeah, no. We talked about it.
No, we didn't.
Friday?
When?
Not on the air. No, I'm saying you and I talked about it. Yeah.
So for college students, if you're a member of NABJ and you meet all the other qualifications, you could go on nabj.org and apply. So it's a scholarship, a yearly scholarship. MLB Bro and me putting that out there for students. So I just wanted for people who might be listening, who might be college students, check it out, nabj.org.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
shout
really
out to
happy.
you,
That's
shout out to
a proud
MLB Bro,
moment
shout out
for
to
me.
NABJ. Any help, man? Listen, we were just talking about it. Dude, have you looked at, and because you're older than me, but think about like what college costs you and what it costs kids nowadays.
Oh God. No.
It's absolutely ridiculous, the difference in what it is now. So any dollar can help.
When I started college at Division II, Connecticut State, Southern Connecticut State University, it was $800 a semester.
Did you say a whole semester?
For a semester, $800. And if you were in state, I was from New York, so if you were in state, it was $500 a semester. $500.
Now, even though that was years ago, that's still nothing. You know what I mean? Because sometimes inflation.
It was doable, but it was like I could work, get money, and pay for my own college.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like I used to work, save my money, and be able to pay for my tuition because it was doable.
My daughter, dang Castle, when my daughters are looking at for college, man, I'm looking at. I mean, even in state, you're looking at probably 100 and some thousand a year. Not even on some like, we got to go to the top of the top best school. Dude,
you need one more job.
I know. And the craziest part about it is I don't believe, like a lot of these young people are saying, is it worth it just to go come out of here and get a job making $28,000? Like what? I might as well start the job now and get $28,000. All right, Jason Smith, he's excited. That was.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?